Behind the Ramble is proudly sponsored by Glasby Pallets. They're offering a one-stop solution for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. Thank you to Sonny and the team at Glasby Pallets for all their support of Behind the Ramble.
Coops here. Subscribe to Blade's Ramble. Keep following, and all the best.
The Poohousery.
The Poohousery. What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to Behind the Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is a continuation of our watch-alongs. And this time, we're watching the Club World Cup. Tonight, it is Chelsea versus LAFC. And I have no doubt that that's all that people will want to talk about tonight. There'll be nothing else that we discuss other than the football that we are watching. So get it in the comments. Only football things to do with this match. No, to be fair, obviously there is huge news ongoing at Sheffield United, and if anything breaks during this stream, I apologise to my co-host, and this is going to be the same for any other games we have planned. If it affects those games or even other streams that we have planned, I apologise, because we will have to cut and sort of either we can return to it if there's still time, but obviously we're a live game, there's not going to be. We will have to jump straight in over on the Blades Ramble and talk about any breaking news that comes from Sheffield United, because it could well happen, couldn't it? So we're aware of that. My co-host is aware of that. Before I bring him in for his first appearance, I do want to let you know what some of the stuff that we've got going on both channels, really. So for those that aren't aware, this is Behind the Ramble. This is a bit more varied content than you get over on the Blades Ramble, which is our main channel. That is purely a Sheffield United focused channel, talking about all things Sheffield United, as you would expect. This is Behind the Ramble. This is a little bit more about, as I say, wider content. We've tried and experimented over the summer so far with watch-alongs of games that don't involve Sheffield United in any way. We usually do rivals watch-alongs on this channel. Myself and Jord Motson usually, who will watch games that have some sort of bearing on Sheffield United, whether it's our rivals in the league or players that we're interested in, whatever it might be. This is something a little bit different. We've done internationals. We've done the Nations League and England internationals. We're now going to be doing the Club World Cup, which a lot of teams domestically are throwing an awful lot of resources at. So it's going to be interesting to see if this picks up just as well as the international stuff did. As part of that, we're offering our Platinum Ramblers the opportunity to come on and guest host, if you like, with me. Carry me, if you like. For those that have watched me do watch-alongs, and I've obviously done plenty now, I'm no co-commentator. I just talk. I tend to read the comments and talk to you guys in the chat rather than watch the game, unless it's directly Sheffield United. So some of the stuff we've had over both channels. Ruben Sellers. What if it's Ruben Sellers coming in to replace Chris Wilder? This was our 10-minute transfer video yesterday. So the 10-minute transfers is something we're doing every weekday at 10 o'clock. Just a 10-minute chat about the transfer gossip. And everything we've covered so far has been a genuine link to a player. But at the moment, obviously with the huge managerial speculation, all those sort of immediate player links have stopped. So we're now looking. We looked yesterday at Ruben Sellers and what player connections may he have that might influence what players come into Sheffield United. Then yesterday afternoon? No, to be fair, this morning, we did a what if it's Gary O'Neill? What players does he have connected to him? Players that we might be familiar with already. Go check that out if you aren't already. I've also dropped tonight on this channel the latest in the YouTuber series, which is my side hustle of Uber driving on the side. Really fun, and I honestly think this is the best episode we've done. Spoiler alert, I haven't done any since I recorded that video, so I'm going to have to get in taxi tomorrow and film as much as I can to try and catch up on content. Stuff you haven't or may not have heard of if you're not involved in the Platinum group that's coming up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on the Blades Ramble. As it stands, obviously, that both gentlemen are prepared that things may have to move around. It's a view from the mountain. It's returning. View from the blooming mountain, we've called it, because Ben Bloom is joining Paul the Man Mountain to discuss, is this the right move for Sheffield United? Unbelievable that that Ben has agreed to come back on the channel. I don't even have to explain to people who he is, because he's a championship guru, really knows his stuff. Man Mountain thinks he knows his stuff. I'm joking. I think it's going to be a really fascinating conversation between two lads whose opinions I really, really value. And then the following evening at 7 o'clock, me and Dave are going to try our best to follow that up with a continuation of our squad assessment. So I need to be asking Dave at some stage to be ranking his Sheffield United midfielders in the same ranking system we've used previously, which I won't go too much into at the minute. But tonight, as I've said, I've just spent nearly 6 minutes rabbiting on. There's 8 minutes to kick off. He's only just joined me last minute, made me sweat by holding out and not joining till the very last minute. But that's good. That's good. It shows he's a man after my own heart in terms of preparation. So please welcome everybody. You may have seen him on TikTok. He's quite a high-level Blades TikToker now, or certainly on his journey to being so. It's Moorey. How's it going, pal?
Hey, how are we going?
I'm all right, thanks, mate. How are you?
Good, I'm all right. I'm just sweating a bit because I didn't know if I was going to get it or not.
I was same. I clicked on something and it said something like, sign up to one of our packages to get this deal.
Yeah.
It automatically put me onto the premium version, and I was like, you're trying to do me here? You're trying to do me? So I had a little bit of a click about, and it turns out that it's not. It's they sort of default you to the paid version, and then if you come out of that, you can go to the free to view version. So for those that aren't aware, we're watching on DAZN, which historically is known to be a paid platform, but these are actually free to view. If you mess about enough, they try and get you to pay for it. Jamie Dumpling, don't fall for it, because I know you've fallen for stuff like that in the past. You can watch it for free along with us tonight. Moorey, welcome to the Ramble. It's not actually your first time on the Ramble, is it? I think you've been on some like group stuff before with us.
I think I've been on about 2 or 3 times, I think.
Yeah, I think you have now. I think, but that were a little while ago. That weren't too recently, were it? So how are you feeling, pal? How's things with Moorey? How's the TikTok going? All that sort of stuff.
I'm fine, actually. I just rushed back from the gym because I know you were wanting to be on this watch along. And TikTok, obviously, I'm trying to build up now.
How are you going, mate? How's the numbers going?
All right. I'm on 1,080, I think.
Nice. Do you want to give your is it an @ on TikTok? I don't know whether it is an @ or something like that you give out that people can follow you.
At Moorey Copblade.
Because did you change your actual name slightly? Because it was Moorey the Copblade, weren't it? And then Moorey Copblade, I think it was something like that to make it a bit more.
I think it's Moorey Visions from Cop. I'm just like
fair dues. That's
what
the first lesson
say.
Yeah, make it as easy as it
I live
you
in
can to be able to find you.
I live in South Barnsley, believe it or not, in Parsons Cross.
Do you? Oh, that's all right, man. That's all right. Representing. There you go.
I know.
Okay, mate. So have you had a chance to have a look at the teams tonight? Or with you just coming back from gym, I can imagine that you've been about as organised as me and not really had a chance to have a proper look. But I do know teams. If you don't know teams, I know them. So don't worry, we're good. We're covered. What are you saying? Do you know them? Have you an idea about them? Have we got them up there?
I can look in on here on my, laptop.
Yeah.
Everyone's laptop. It looks like Ruben Corwell starting, Pedro Neto, and Mark Cucurella. They're just walking onto the pitch now.
Yes, they are. Right. These are the teams, pal. So looking at the Chelsea side of things first, because they're the ones the majority of us are going to recognise. Sanchez in goal, and in fact, I've gone one further because I don't recognise many names in the LA team. So I've gone in. SofaScore have given us a predicted lineup. So it looks as though Chelsea are going to be playing, as expected, a 4-2-3-1. That'll be Sanchez in goal, obviously. Reece James at right back. Ariboyo and Colwill. I don't know how you say his name, to be fair. They've got him down as Ariboyo, but he's tossing into it. And Colwill and as centre halves, and Cucurella at left back, which is a straightforward, as you'd expect, lineup. Moises Caicedo and Lavia in the middle as the 2. Neto on the right, Madueke on the left, Cole Palmer in the 10, and Nicholas Jackson up top.
Wow.
So that I can do just about. So they are going probably as strong as they can. You look at the bench, there's Liam Delap on bench as well, which I've only just noticed, which is interesting to see. He might get his first minutes in a Chelsea shirt tonight. And then for LA, I recognise Hugo Lloris. I'm pretty sure Tillman, weren't United linked with Tillman at one stage? It might be a different Tillman, but they are basically, SofaScore have been playing a 4-3-3. So they've got, Palencia at right back, Long and Segura as centre halves, and Hollingshead at left back. There's only got 2 Americans in this side, and Hollingshead's one of them. Then there's Tillman on the left of the 3, Igor Jesus, the Brazilian, in the middle, and Delgado on the right. No, there's 3 Americans, apologies. He's the 3rd. And then up top, the 3, on the right-hand side is Ordaz. On the left-hand side is Buanga. And in the middle is Ibabise. Ibabise. He's going to be fun to talk about. So, don't know much about him, Moorey. Don't know if you do, pal. You tell me if you know a little bit about him, but I will not profess to know much about these boys.
I only know about Olivier Giroud and Hugo Lloris in that squad.
Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, hang on. I'm being told by a lot of the peeps that it's not showing as live on YouTube. Right, okay. It should be showing as live now on YouTube. It was already, it was just unlisted. That's my fault. Many apologies. So you can now find it on YouTube. Everybody that's here, I think, other than those that I posted it in the Ramble chat, are here on X. So if all you Xers can jump over and watch us on YouTube, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Jump over. I would.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Good luck, Moorey, says Daz. Have fun.
Cheers, Daz.
Top blade. Toddy says, evening, boys. Hope you're well. Are you planning on going live on YouTube? Yeah, apologies, Scott. That was my fault. Joe telling us, doing us a solid. Thank you, mate. Evening, lads. Any plans for 10-minute videos on potential managerial appointments, Jimmy? Possibly, mate. I think once the call's been made, if it's not an immediate appointment, then yes. I think the other thing to mention is, and they're just getting everything ready, doing a bit of a ceremony here, so we've got a little bit of time. And I want to hear your thoughts during the game, Moorey, I think, really, because we'll have more time to talk about it properly. But if there's a lot of people saying that it's a little bit crass and a little bit sort of, while a manager is in position to be talking about his job, first and foremost, nobody wants Chris Wilder. As I am one of the most passionate Chris Wilder fans, and I want him to stay. But we know, and as a fan base, if we're honest with ourselves now, due to all the noise that's going on, I think 95% of us are aware of what's going to happen. That doesn't make it any better to talk about it, but this is what the fans are talking about. So I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to be putting videos out talking about what is in the ether. The other thing is that I have to mention is Chris Wilder has done this previously himself. So when he got sacked, Wilder was negotiating with the club and he came in immediately, if I remember rightly. He did it at Middlesbrough where Neil Warnock was sitting in the position. He'd been negotiating with Middlesbrough. It happens. It's not sometimes business outweighs morals. And I'm not saying we're doing that by reporting on it, but in terms of people saying, oh, it's so disrespectful to Chris Wilder, we're saying that because it hurts, because he's one of us and we feel like one of us are being wronged. But if we're honest with ourselves, this is how it works, and this is how it will likely work for a long time to come. It doesn't mean we agree with it. It doesn't mean I like the fact that there's going to be a change. It's just that's how it is, unfortunately. Brett, sorry, Moorey, you go on. You jump in and say a little bit of something if you want to have a say, pal.
I just want it to be over and done with and not be as slow as Jack Robinson in defence. It's just dragging on, isn't it? Like, I can understand his going golf.
I can't say that, but yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind, even though I've had a picture took with him.
Yeah. Remember
he don't know me as much.
You've done well to get a picture with him. To be honest, he's usually going in back door, isn't he? So
I know. Well, I did shout. I did say, Robbo. So when he was walking back up, just completely ignored me. So I've got them both ignorant and all right, Robbo. You know what I will say though is I refuse to sing his song about Moorey. I don't know why. Yeah, Jack Robinson of LA.
Yeah.
Every time I'm gonna get a shot here, but every time like the song comes up, I say Jack Muppets and LA. I don't know why.
I don't know why, but I am of. We've all got our opinions on players. And for me, you can sing what you like, you can do it. I don't like anybody booing our players. I will certainly not, even if I don't rate them, we'll never boo our players, and you should never boo our players. You should support them every time they pull a Sheffield United shirt on because they're wanting to do well for the club. But outside of that, you can have an opinion that you don't rate them, and it's okay to have that opinion. You know, if you think there's somebody better that can be playing, I was frustrated last season. In fact, I just need to make sure I'm right with my timings here, Moorey, because I need to get me. This is only bit that needs a little bit of precision with it, and I'm never any good at it.
It looks like they just kick it off. Well, just getting ready.
Yeah, same.
LAFC.
Yeah, we're playing match bingo tonight. If you're not already, get involved because I've got my card, and I'm hoping to. It's a pretty decent card to be honest tonight.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not a match bingo.
Are you? Are you not?
No,
well, that's something to work on. That's something to work on. I'll persuade you at some stage. It's a bit of fun, mate, and I would never twist anybody's arm to do something that they're not comfortable with. So again,
I'm on 13, 14, 15, 16 seconds in.
Do you know why? Because you're watching on laptop.
Yeah,
you are. You're going to be 10 seconds behind us. I can pause it, mate. I can pause it, but thingy is the timer on here. I can't pause. That's always been the problem. So, do you have to watch it outside on laptop, or is it something you can watch? Oh, having said that, I'm watching through an app, so surely we should be able to sync up. Oh, ball back to Chelsea. I know. We'll have to try and sync it up somehow, mate. Right, I'll tell you what. I will pause mine. You tell me what seconds you're on. When you get, I'm pausing it on 110. Tell me when.
Right about now.
Right. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I'm on 116, 117, 118. Is that about right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nice one. Brett says, "Good luck, Moorey, mate. I'm sure you'll carry Jimmy just like Jord does. Seriously, though, love the content.
Big shoes to fill.
It is big shoes to fill. Up to YouTube, ramble, like and subscribe. Thank you, Brett.
Have I told you I've got? Sorry.
Go for it, mate.
I've got a mod from me for my TikTok.
Yes, I've seen
TikTok chats. Yeah, about 3 mods.
Have you got 3 now? I saw that you had one. You had it were a lass doing it for you.
Tasha Bell.
Tasha, yeah, Tasha.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I was talking to her last time I came on your TikTok. So yeah, she does a really good job, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Fair play, mate. That shows, you see. Growing, getting mods.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I know.
They wanted a free kick, did LAFC.
I know.
Goes right back to the Chelsea keeper, Sanchez. And Chelsea recycle it as well. Let's have a look. Evening, lads. Both looking good, and the hair looks lovely. Love the new taxi video, Jimmy. Thank you, pal. Moorey is the hair of the ramble. He is the hair of the ramble. I have to say, there is nobody that does locks. I was looking for a wig earlier just to see if I could come up anywhere close, but believe it or not, I ain't got a wig in the house. So,
I'll be honest with you. Oh, looks like Chelsea. No, I was just editing it out. It's like they were just on great, man.
Yeah, you're already jumping in with commentary, being so professional, whereas I'm more interested in what you're going to say about your hair. Go on.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, me hair, it does me head in sometimes.
Does it?
But having to style it, flipping condition it.
It does look like it's
around it. Yeah.
Right, here
comes
Chelsea, Madwicki.
Madueke. Is that Lavia? Passes
Yeah.
it to Cole
Yeah.
Palmer.
Cole Palmer into
Two.
the box now, Chelsea.
Or Madueke. Bloody hell, it's like... Oh, sorry. It's like watching United play. Big box. Oh, I hope.
Apart from being in box bit.
Yeah.
Matt says, any updated news on Wilder? Looks like it's pointing towards O'Neill. I wish I would be happy with it. What's your thoughts on Chrissy Wilder then, Moorey? What's your thoughts on the whole situation, pal?
My thoughts on Chrissy Wilder, I'm going to go into what I think about him and then maybe... Oh, yeah. I think he's one of the best managers I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
He tops Warnock, in my opinion. He tops,
agreed.
Obviously, tops Danny Wilson. He tops Kevin Blackwell. He tops all of them I've seen.
You'll be too young to remember Dave Bassett, won't you, and all them sort of managers before that
That's
as well.
my mum's,
yeah.
That's my mum's favourite manager, Matt, David Bassett.
And my dad's as well. Very close. Wilder's a very close second.
Hang on.
LAFC is intercepted by Reece James.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's a bit of a ping yourself in foot in it, like show a zone in foot. It can be.
Oh, lovely ball through from Madueke. Nicholas Jackson.
Oh. Do you know Nicholas Jackson? I don't know about you, but I think he's a poor player.
A poor player?
Yeah.
I don't think he's fully at his stride in a Chelsea shirt.
No.
I don't think he's. I wouldn't say he's poor, but maybe for the standard in what's expected of him, he has been poor in relation to what's been expected.
I mean, I'd have been Sheffield United's team.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he's not a poor player when you compare him to Ryan Brewster, and that's no slight on Ryan Brewster. It's just levels, isn't it? So
Pedro Neto.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Where are we now? So you were talking about Wilder in terms of being best you've seen, but what do you think about this? Potential replacements coming in for him and stuff like that. Are you excited by it? Are you worried by it? Where's your head at, mate?
I'm off and off. I'd say go for someone go on, Gary O'Neill or Ruben Selesh, because I think they're top good managers. And it's only whole fans rate him, that Selesh.
Yeah.
Almost like it. And then Gary O'Neill, I think he did a good job for Bournemouth and Wolves.
Bournemouth and Wolves. I thought he did. He tailed off at Wolves, which is fair to say. But I think everybody, when he lost his job at Bournemouth, people going balmy. It's only because Iraiola's come in and done such a really good job that he's not really rated. So, or he's given a harsh treatment, I think. So would you say that you can see the positives as not that you want it to happen, but if it does happen, you can certainly see some there's a bit of excitement about a new face coming in.
Absolutely.
Maybe changing something.
Oh, LA's running it down wings. Come on. What would you want to win, by the way?
I can't. I mean, LAFC sounds so cool, but and I like the look of their kit and everything about their presentation. But there's no soul to it. I can't get into it. I'd love to see, because this for me is levels. This competition, it will only sort of in these games, I'm expecting a huge gulf, and I'm expecting Chelsea to be so much better.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like Chelsea to win just for the competitive edge to it as you get to Bayern in the semis or Man City or Real Madrid. These teams that are really going for it. Because to win the competition, it's something like 97 million, which is why so many teams are really going for it. Chelsea might not think they need this strength of lineup to beat LAFC, but they're not taking any chances and they're going for it because, it's probably similar money to what finishing in Champions League spots would be for them as opposed to not. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think Chelsea just for the high level competition towards the back end of the tournament, really.
We could do with 90 million, can't we?
we could definitely do with that, pal. We could. So you could get 9 Tom Cannons for that. So
I still think he will score 10 between him.
Don't you? Don't you think he'll get another 10 goals in a United shirt?
Do you know something? I'll take that back, and I think he's going to do well next season.
I hope so, mate. I hope so.
I really
'cause
do.
It's not his fault how much
No.
he got signed for, is it? And I felt the same. Like, this is why I can see about people's criticism of Brewster and me dad about McBurney. Everybody knows what he's like. But this is why I have to sort of stick up for him a little bit. And
Yeah.
I don't think either have pulled up any trees, and that's fair enough. So I can understand the criticism and the frustration from the fan base in how much money we've spent. But they didn't choose to come in for that amount of money.
No.
And if we'd have signed McBurney for £2 million, it'd have been seen as a really strong signing for Sheffield United. He didn't, so that's the context needs to be applied. But I just think it's a bit harsh that people just 20 million. What did he do? And even now, some people still think he did a decent job for us, even at that fee. So David says, "Evening, Jimmy, and my boy from the Cross, lived there myself many years ago up all the rambles."
Go on, Dave.
Like and subscribe, please. We love Dave. Our
Go
Cornish
on,
Blade.
Dave. I like
Joe
Cornish Blade.
says, will these owners hurry up and make their mind up? Oh, don't say that. I thought you said goal then.
No,
I've done that before. Even recently on these watch-alongs, been reading comments and a goal's gone in.
yeah.
Hurry up and make their mind up and announce it. Just dragging along now, says Joe. It is dragging on a little bit. Scott says, tell Moorey to ignore his TikTok message. Jimmy's seen it now. Oh, have you messaged Moorey on TikTok to say it's not been on YouTube? Right. Thank you, pal. Appreciate that. Go on, Moorey.
I've heard of LAFC's coach, that's Steve Cherundolo. He was playing for USA in 90s, I think.
Steve, oh?
Cherundolo.
Cherundolo?
Yeah, Cherundolo.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to? Some of these pronunciations, because you were in our chat with, what game were it? You were telling us that, were it me and Jordan? Me and Jordan, you were telling us how... Oh, were it Jamie Dumpling?
Yeah.
Telling us how to pronounce all names. So this will be really good. What's American manager called again? What's LAFC manager called?
Steve Cherundolo, I think. Cherundolo. I know, I've seen him.
Steve Cherundolo.
I've seen him playing for USA when I was little.
Did you?
Yeah, I used to obsess over like abroad football.
Did you?
And whatnot. Yeah.
So did you have any teams abroad then? Did you follow any teams from abroad, or were it just like anything you could get your eyes on, you'd watch?
In America, I used to like LA Galaxy.
Well, I wondered about that. And look, this is showing how Chelsea were almost on attack then, but they get robbed. And LA come away with. I assume LAFC are some sort of reincarnation of LA Galaxy. Is that what's happened? Because I don't hear about LA Galaxy anymore. Let me just see if I can see anything.
I think LA Galaxy's...
Are they still going, LA Galaxy?
Yeah, I think they're still going.
They are. Yeah, they are. So these must be rivals then. LAFC.
Do they even have rivals in America?
I don't know, but they're both LA-based teams, aren't they? So you'd think a little bit like, I know they're miles and miles away, but a bit like United and Wednesday. It might be same city, that same state. So anyway, do
you know what I will say about Wednesday? And I know what you call it, but I feel sorry for the fans and feel sorry for the staff what are getting paid.
Yeah, absolutely. From what I understand, I know George's quite close to a lot of Wednesday nights, and a lot of people in chat are. I think they have been paid now, the non-playing staff, but it's still absolutely ridiculous that it's taking so long and that it's affecting so many people. Yeah. You're right; it goes beyond football, I think, a little bit, doesn't it? With that, and they hate this, by the way. They hate the fact that Unitedites feel sorry for them. That makes it worse because it shows how poorly they are.
Chelsea's playing it down wings. Pedro Neto. So I'm just trying to concentrate on what you're saying.
No, go for it. I'm same. Steve Cherundolo.
Yeah.
Nice.
You haven't managed him or played for him or both? Or football? Go on, Neto.
Pedro Neto cross. Oh, Madueke.
Oh, gotta bury that. Oh, looks like they're on counter attack now, these lot. Number 27.
Inside, looks like an inside forward. Came in on his left end, didn't he, from the right hand
Yeah.
side?
Do you know these look quite good, LAFC?
Yeah, not bad. I thought it'd be significant difference in levels. It's not
you see,
been as big.
Did you see Bayern Munich game yesterday? Wow.
I'd heard about it, mate. I didn't see it. I'd heard about it. We were
10-0.
live, I think, yesterday. Me and Man Mountain were live yesterday. So
I know I watched about 2 hours. 2 hours here. I fell asleep at last minutes.
yeah.
Sorry about
so
that.
yeah. Thanks, Moorey. No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, Chelsea.
Surely.
Go on. Oh, come on.
It's behind him. Crossed across the box, but it were behind Cole Palmer.
Oh.
Mark Hill just reporting in our Platinum chat.
Oh.
Shout out to Mark Meldrew. Sky are now reporting breaking news decision announced sooner rather than later on Wilder.
Oh. Do you know what? I hope it is.
Not only that, Harry Darling has signed for Norwich on a 3-year deal with the option of an additional year. He's joining Liam Manning again, who he was together with at MK Dons. So that is one
I can see
target
that.
we've missed out on.
Where do I get?
Thanks, Ian, for updating us on that, pal. So again, apologies to anybody if we have to cut this short. But if anything breaks on Wilder, we're going live on Blaze Ramble, as people would expect. Unbelievable. Dave the Nose has sent me an article. So this is on Sky. Discussions ongoing over the future of Sheffield United boss Chris Wilder. Discussions are ongoing. A decision over whether he will leave the club is expected sooner rather than later. His position has been in severe doubt since they lost the Championship playoff final against Sunderland last month. No, Dave, I don't think so, in terms of your question, pal. Interesting. Really interesting. Let's see what the comments are saying. You keep us posted on game. Moorey, if what's happening, pal. Ian says, evening, Jimmy and Moorey. Things seem to be gathering pace online. Could be a short watch along. It could indeed, pal. It could indeed.
Did you just lose me?
No. Unless you'd zoned out, mate. I didn't. Your picture was still on screen anyway.
I was just like, have I lost you? Because it was like circling on my end. I thought.
All right. No, sometimes a poor signal if you get wheel of death, I think they call it, something like that. But yeah, you'll just keep us posted, pal, if you're keeping half an eye on game, and I'll try and get through some comments if I can. Joe says, right then, let's play guess the time of the announcement. 9 p.m, 10 p.m, 9 a.m. tomorrow. What we thinking? Do you want a little bit more?
9.
Half 9. Oh, just to split it. Just to split it. 9:30 tonight, you think? Right, okay. I'm going. Oh, it's 20 past 8 already.
No.
9's not a bad
Oh,
shout.
what a save. Oh. By the way, Kay's just had a shot saved.
Yeah, no, you're in front of me now.
Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know. I've just tried. That'll be right. We'll sort it anyway.
Looks like it's ricocheted off a defender, to be fair. When he saved it, it bounced off a defender.
Kev says, hi, Jimmy. Let's have a game of scouting. You have to sign one of Chelsea's opponents. All right, Kev. All right. You want a little test of that? Shout out to Lee Edridge, my boy. Number 14, Sergi Palencia. He started at Barcelona and he was captain of the B team until he moved to St Etienne in 2019.
Wow.
Did you know that? This is
I
me
didn't
doing
know
loads.
actually.
This is me doing loads of research. You see, number 24, Ryan Hollinshead, turned down FC Dallas, who selected him in the 2013 MLS Super Draft. Hollinshead opted not to accept, so he could help his brother build a church in Sacramento and spend time in Haiti doing charity work at an orphanage.
Well done.
There you go. That's what we like to see. Lee, I hope these are genuine facts, is all I'll say. Number 11, Timothy Tillman. Oh, it's a different Tillman. It's not a Timothy. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
we will.
not.
So.
Is it Malik?
Yeah, it might
Malik
have been.
Tillman.
Yes, that's knowledge, that, Moorey. That is
Malik Tillman, yeah.
Born in Germany on the US Air Force Base to an American father and a German mother. He's the elder brother of Malik Tillman, who was linked with the Blades a couple of years ago, but he signed with PSV instead. There you go. Nice. That leads me to believe it's genuine. And then number 25, their sub, Maxime Chanot, joined the Blades from Stade de Reims. However you say that, who will still used to manage.
Stade de Reims, isn't it?
Stade de Reims, however it, yeah.
Oh, he
Leon
just
Reims.
got bullied off and ball neto.
Joined the Blades from them in 2006 and was a regular in the academy in the reserves. It was released in 2009. He's now got 72 caps for Luxembourg. And I'm assured they are true facts from my mate Lee.
He could have been our Luxembourg big, couldn't he?
Yeah, I think I could probably get 72 caps for Luxembourg even now, but that's not the point. It's interesting all the same. Thank you, Lee, for those. It's an in-swinging ball.
He just showed you back.
Cole Palmer with a strike from it curls towards the top corner, but it bounces off the roof of the net. It's going to be a corner to Chelsea. Do you expect that Hansen will be linked again? Seems like an AI signing if we stick to wingers, says Aaron. Don't know. I couldn't tell you what our AI system's about. I've never heard of any of the 3 players that we've already signed, Aaron. So possibly, pal. Possibly. Hope you're doing well as well, mate. Not spoke to you for a bit.
I've heard a rumour that, do you know, is it Jefferson Gutierrez and Chris? Yeah.
Chris, yeah, Chris.
Apparently, we've signed him beginning of last season.
Right.
The beginning. So we didn't confirm it till January.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So.
Didn't know that. Sounds a bit odd, doesn't it?
I know.
Evening, Jimmy and Moorey and the Ramblers. Just watched the latest taxi video. Jimmy says, Nick Cook, I'm sure I saw some mayo on your mouth in the next scene after the food.
Mayo. Oh.
Gonna be another corner to Chelsea here. Dave Morwood says, Moorey, I washed my hair, open the bedroom window, and it's dry in 20 seconds. It's a short corner from Chelsea. Edge at box now. Cole Palmer again. Reece James with a shot, and it's blocked. Cucurella chases it, but can't keep it in. It's going to be a throw deep in their own half to LAFC. Nige says, evening, gents, at work on nights, sweating buckets. Lovely. How much was the hair transplant at Turkey, Moorey? Only jealous, mate. I'm bald.
About 20 quid.
Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Up behind the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, pal.
20 quid from Timo.
Says, I
Next
think
day delivery.
Look at the managers who keep teams in the Prem. That would be Sean Dyche, wouldn't it? To be fair, people may not be happy about it, but only a chance we've got staying in the Prem if we go for a Dyche or Gary O'Neill. Look, I understand the thought process of getting a manager who can survive in the Prem, Aaron. We're not in the Prem, and I know that you don't need that explaining to you, but surely the priority is getting there first. And I'm not saying Sean Dyche or Gary O'Neill couldn't do that with us, but you can't look 2 or 3 pages in front for me. And I understand the thought process. It's like, why don't we sign Premier League ready players? Well, because Premier League teams will be after them. Or now we've got 3 teams coming down from the Prem that will likely want the same sort of players as well. And it's going to cost a lot of money. So Ben says, evening, lads. I think the owners will announce Wilder / a new manager and all the new players on the same day. It'll be like an NFL draft. You watch. In all seriousness, though, I hope we have some clarity soon. Up the Blades, up all the Rambles.
It's looking likely soon, isn't it?
Thank you, pal. Wilder.
Yeah, it's looking likely we're going to find out shortly.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be long now, pal. Matt says, I heard rumours that Brewster could be off to Preston. I think a lot of people are manifesting that because of his Hecky connection, but I don't know. I don't think Brewster stays, put it that way. It's been going on long enough. Moorey, I'm gutted. I lost my hair in my 30s. If it's O'Neill, could be a link with Tommy Doyle with Wolves, maybe. Yeah, we mentioned that this morning in our.
Did he just say he lost his hair in 30s? I hope. Did he just say he lost his hair in 30s?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s now, and I hope I don't lose my hair. And I'm sorry for you to lose your hair.
That's all right. That's
you
all
can
right.
have some of mine if you want.
There's plenty of it. Plenty of it.
Yeah.
This is the view from the mountain. Evening, Jimmy and Moorey. Loving the alfresco watch along. Steve Cowabunga is the manager. Oh Lord, Michael Brown on comms. Blades legends in every ear. Up the blade. I didn't even noticed it's Brownie, and I knew he were here as well. So yeah, that's good. That's good. I wish I could have commentary up a bit higher, but rather
Almost like Rob Break, LAFC.
Yeah. Dangerous free kick for LA. Evening, gents. Great to see a new face on the Ramble. Watch along. Gutted about Darling and Norwich. Yeah, we've missed one there, I think. He's not, it wouldn't be a difference maker in terms of promotion or bust, but I think he'd have been a really good squad player. Free kick taken, whipped in, but Sanchez is off his line quickly and collects. Quick throw, and Chelsea tried to break, but it's overthrown, and LA scooped the ball back into the Chelsea half. And it was almost a dodgy deflection there, but Sanchez picks it up. Luke says owners need to worry up, missing out on players that could have been steals. So basically, it's imminent, says Jared. We can't say that word. We can't keep saying that word, can we? Mark Meldrew says, good evening, lads. Go on, Moorey, lad. Up the blades, up the Ramble, up the positive Meldrew.
I apologise if me laptop's like circling and stuff like that.
It's all right, mate. That's all right.
So I try and keep up and commentate something.
That's fine, mate. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, that looks good. Referee view.
Not seeing that. I wonder if that's part of premium. Oh, Kyle Walker seen as a potential signing for Everton this summer, with Moyes looking at signing a right back.
Do you know? I think it'd be all right, Everton. I just don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I think he would.
Yeah, I agree. Lewis just reminding us. I think Lewis has played at Bramall Lane. I might be wrong, but in our Platinum chat, I think Lewis has played at Bramall Lane. Can somebody clarify that for me from Platinum chat? Oh,
yeah, you know. So.
No. Matt says all I can say is it's been a pleasure. While all the best, Gaffer, in the future. Gutted. Yep.
Whoa.
No. I think that's just getting ready for the inevitable.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been said yet. Nige says I'm 37 this month and bald, Moorey, only because I've receded to an arrow point. Have you both seen the American who put $500 on Messi to score and kicks off because he's walked around for 90 minutes? No, I haven't seen it.
All I can say to that is gamble responsibly.
Correct. Please gamble. Speaking of which, speaking of which, I am gambling responsibly because we're playing match bingo tonight. Let's have a little look. Game on.
Go on, what are you getting?
Oh, I've got 3 of me 5 already. I need LAFC to be caught offside, and I need 6 minutes of injury time. So that might not come till end of game, to be honest. But no lines have been taken yet. We shall see. Hardy to Wrexham is a solid pickup for them. Already spending money there. Has he gone, Michael? Is he definitely gone? That is a good signing for him if they've got him.
I'd take him.
Yeah, I'd have taken him. And not that I think I don't think we're in market for a striker, but
No.
I think he'd have been a solid addition for us. I think Swansea have done some good business so far. Would have that Burgess all day long. Good player, Cameron Burgess. I like him. Don't want to pry. But what does Moorey do? Says Jack. Are you comfortable telling Jack what you do? We don't have to if you don't want to elaborate.
Just showing you when just tried to feed it to Cole Palmer and Hugo Lloris just got hold of it.
Nice.
Yeah. I work as a parts driver in Sheffield.
Okay.
And then when I'm not driving, I do inside a workshop, like just general housekeeping. Like it's a transmission workshop, if you get me drift.
Yeah.
I like wrapping gears, sorting gears, fixing gears, like motors and stuff like that.
How does your hair survive conditions like that? Is my question. Oh, Cole Palmer, we had a decent crossing, but it's well headed, clear by LAFC. Chelsea forced back again. How does your hair survive conditions like that, Moorey?
I just have to constantly wait.
Fair dues. Do the lads you work with give you any stick about your hair because they're jealous?
No.
No. Is it just us that have picked up on how wonderful your hair is?
Yeah.
Fair
But I
dues.
don't mind that though.
Well, it's all banter, mate. It's jealousy is all it is. To be fair, look at
look
at this.
Nah, man.
Yeah, my brother used to call me Steve McDonald because it was like a big M at one stage. So anyway, there you go.
Nah, but you're there sharp anyway. So
thanks, mate. Thanks. Yeah, that's one word for it. Hey, up, Mama, the cop blade poking her head round. I can see. Oh, she's here. Look, she's here.
I'm not coming round. I've got my nightie on.
All right, okay. No worries. No worries.
I don't want it to be nightmares.
obviously, let me show. What voice? Doggy cop blade.
Oh, doggy cop blade. Oh, yeah. Doggy the cop blade. Hang on, Michael's saying it's done. Club announced. I think what you mean there is Ryan Hardy to Wrexham. When I see something like that, when we're talking about Wilder an awful lot, Michael, my wire's got crossed. Chelsea on the attack, edge at box. Is it going to come to anything? Not at the minute. Caicedo inside to Cole Palmer. Cucurella now. We can spot a mile off with that Barnett. Speaking of hair. Nige says, I agree, Ben. They've made some great signings so far. Yes, I think so. Meaning Swansea. Swansea have made some good signings. Some real subtle business. Charlie says, Jimmy, has you got the first game of the season right? Who do you predict to be the first game this season? Has you got the first game of the season right? Who do you predict to be the first? Did I get? Sorry, Charlie, you've lost me. What did I get right? Who do you predict to be the first game? Did I say that last season? Are you remembering right that I thought we'd play a certain team last season and we're at? Okay, let's guess who we're going to have. I can't tell you home or away because that makes it a 1 in 46 chance instead of 1 in 23.
Okay.
Oh, it's too far, too hard. Out of play. I will say we end up playing Preston. Preston on the first game of the season. Who do you think we're going to get, Moorey? Let's just have a shot in the dark at who we're going to get.
Wrexham.
Oh, can you imagine? Just to start us off.
And do you know something?
Friday night or something.
Actually, do you know what? We played last season on first game.
All right.
Oh, you've just said.
What did Preston? Oh, that might be why it's stuck in my head then. That might be why it's stuck in my head. Yeah, surely not 2 seasons in a row. But, well, stranger things have happened, I suppose.
Hey, I've got a deep dial. If I can.
Yeah. Well, you're part of our Ramble on the Road team, aren't you, pal?
I know.
You do our match day vlogs for anybody that hasn't seen them. Moorey is part of one of the regulars now on there, I would say. You and Jamie Dumpling have probably done more than anybody else, I would say, at this stage.
See, I try my best not to like use the curse words and
yeah, it's some work.
I like this off in camera. I like
self censoring yourself. Fair dues. Yeah, it's some work for me, them edits, particularly you and Jamie Dumpling, to be honest with them.
I've never seen you swear. I bet you don't.
I do. I do. Try not to, but I do.
Yeah.
They fall out from time to time. Regarding Hardy, confirmed he's done a goodbye message, says Scott. Okay, mate, on the Plymouth account. Jack says interesting stuff. That was going to be my next question. How does the hair survive? Nice. Danny says, so is it Sellers? Not sure his improvement on Wilder. A lot of people saying it's been confirmed. There's certainly nothing been set in stone that it's going to be Ruben Sellers. He's one of the most popular candidates. And when I say most popular, I mean most regularly mentioned front runners for the job. But Gary O'Neill's in the mix. Sean Dyche has been mentioned by a few of us. I would love Liam Rossini. Steve Cooper's name's in there as well. Some people don't like talking about it while Wilder's still in a job, and I understand that. But Wilder would also understand why it's a point of conversation as well. So we've got to be right about it. Jack says Blades Ramble clearly sponsored by Minoxidil. possibly. I think we get Birmingham away first game, says Scott.
Oh,
won't fancy that.
Tom Brady's Birmingham.
Yeah. That's what it'll be, won't it? They'll all be Frank Lampard's Coventry City, Tom Brady's Birmingham, Ryan Reynolds Wrexham, First match, I'm going Ipswich, says Moorey. Dave Morwood, sorry. Moorey, it's too easy. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Neto.
here we go.
Goal.
Oh, what a goal.
Did well
Bad
there.
ball.
Composed. Put it onto his cut back. It was like a
Ooh.
little bit in the box. Came back onto his left
Neto.
foot, put inside slightly, and from about 6 yards out, puts it into the near post.
Do you know, I'll say somebody, I've got a soft spot for Portugal. Portugal national team.
You said that actually, haven't you, before? I think you mentioned it in comments when we were doing Watch Along, that you liked him.
Yeah, I've actually got a few.
I think he's onside. I think the centre half's playing him on.
Yeah, he's just showing now.
Yeah. It's about 7 yards out. It's a good finish.
It is. Cape on Wolves, didn't it? Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Pedro Neto. Yeah. Wolves.
They were a great team a couple of seasons ago, Wolves.
Yeah, they were. They've had some right talent, haven't they? Right talent. And then they've obviously been picked off time, like bit by bit, and struggled to maintain that foothold.
I think Cooley is going to be a final blow to him staying up. I just don't know why.
Really? You think they're like somebody like Leeds will take full advantage and stay up at their expense?
Or, I hate saying, but I said this in my live chats. Sunderland, I just don't. Someone's just telling me Sunderland will stay up.
Sunderland?
Wild shout, but.
No, I think. I mean, a lot of credit to how Leeds recruited last summer. But I think Sunderland had the best recruit. We did a brilliant job and brought in some very, very good players. Yeah. But in terms of a complete rebuild job, they didn't have as much work to do as us. But some of the signings Sunderland have made and then made money on, and I just think that's a yellow card for Reece James, who he doesn't seem to understand why. But yeah, I think. Hang on, I'll just have a little look at match bingo. I only need 6 minutes at a time, and that's my first line.
Wow.
That was a booking that I needed. That's good. We're doing okay, yeah? We're doing all right.
We're doing okay.
Yeah. Charlie says I got PNE for the first game last season. Right, I'm going to change it then. If that's the case, Charlie, that might be what's been stuck in my head.
You can't change it.
I think we're going to get...
PNE. Can't change it.
I think we're going to get Charlton. Charlton at home. So that's what I'm going with. I won't mind that as well. I won't mind that.
I think they'll stay up.
Charlton?
Yeah, I really do. I don't.
Yeah.
A
lot of people have got them as like cannon fodder for league. I know what you're doing. You're trying to appeal to all different fan bases who come on your TikTok.
No,
get them all Charlton fans. Moorey, Copblade on TikTok. Come on. We like you. We think you're going to stay up. You can't say every team's going to stay up, Moorey. It just don't work like that, I'm afraid.
No, I don't think it'll go down.
Go on then. Go on. Alienate some fan base here. Go on.
Wednesday.
Yeah. It's
Oxford.
I think. Oh, Oxford as well. I like Oxford with Gary Rowett. I think he's a good manager. I think he'll keep them up. It depends how much they get sort of pilfered in summer.
Also,
I agree with that.
That's sound daft, but their owners is not as same as Wednesday, but a lot of fan bases don't like their owner. Yeah. And I think you might think, I think Stoke City as well.
Stoke, do you? Think Stoke might drop?
Yeah.
They're so well backed, though. So well backed. So I don't know. It's a brave call. Brave call. I bet we don't do. We've never really done. Oh, hang on, LA have got a dangerous free kick here. Let's just see this from left hand side of box, crossed in, punched away by Sanchez, and it's going to be it's going to be a corner to LAFC. We don't really do like league predictions on the Ramble. We've never done it before, but it's something. Or I don't think we have. It's something I can possibly get involved with this time. Maybe get 3 Mardy Blades together and we'll each do a league prediction. Do you know what I have said as well? And I'm going to reveal it here because, and if you miss it, then you miss it, and you'll have to catch it when it's properly announced. But I've sort of floated the idea that, hang on, another cross from LAFC, and it's cleared by Colwell. So on YouTube, this is just, again, this is behind the ramble, so I'm stripping everything back and telling you exactly how it is. I wouldn't. It's the only way we do things. So in the regular season, we have, as you know, Moorey, because you've followed the ramble for a long time, one of our platinum ramblers. We have a schedule in the pre-season, in the regular season, where we'll have a countdown to kickoff show and 90 after 90 and View from the Mountain and all the shows, and they tend to be in and around when the games are scheduled. So I'll do countdown to kick off 2 or 3 days before the game, so it has a little bit of chance to build up some traction before it becomes useless, really, because after the game, nobody's bothered about a build-up show to a game that's already happened. And countdown to kick-off, or the warm-up, as it used to be known, is notorious. Like match previews don't do that well. So they still do well. They do good numbers. But in terms of 90 after 90 blows it out of the water, relatively speaking, because that's a reaction. That's where people want to come on and be raw. So I've been having a think about how can I get people more engaged with countdown to kickoff. It's a bit of a personal challenge to me to get those shows up where we can. So just one of the things I'm looking to introduce next season for countdown to kickoff is me, Dave, and Man Mountain, the 3 Mardy Blades. They won't be on every show with me. I'll still do the countdown to kickoff as a solo thing. We'll still get the opposition. It's Ramble Rundown. I might rename that, but we'll still get an opposition take on how their team line up. But I want a prediction for the Sheffield United match from me, Dave the Nose, and the Mountain. We're going to tally it up. And when we've tallied it up, we'll, at the end of the month, we will see who's come top of that prediction. You'll get like a point for getting it right, probably 3 points for a correct score, something like that. Cole Palmer, okay, it's blocked. And then basically it's going to be a scoring system. Whoever finishes bottom that month has to do a punishment of some sort, and we'll record it and we'll put it on Ramble. So there'll be I think it's an extra incentive to watch. So it could be something daft, like turning up to a match in full kit, and then we'll record Dave the Nose turning up in a full kit with boots and shin pads. And
Man Mountain turning up in a full kit. He'll be stuck in defence. Chris Wilde will be like, Weber in charge. Come on, you're on.
Yeah, that's right. Or it might be something like, I don't know, we might finish on a skydive for the last one of the season or something like that. So there'll be some sort of forfeit or punishment for us to do. And I just think that will add an extra bit of spice to the countdown show.
I was watching sorry.
Go for it, mate. Go on, you're all right.
I was watching his videos of the other day, show reviews.
Oh yeah, Johnny, yeah.
Yeah, show reviews, and on his beer, is it beer and breakfast what he used to do?
Yeah, brilliant beer and breakfast.
And he used to get fans, like, record themselves saying how they feel about a game, how they think game's going to go.
Yeah, I used to
score predictions.
Yeah. He used to send me him, and I'd send some in, and then he used to get Roy from Blades Pod and Tufty Club lads used to send in. I think Webding used to send in a prediction to Shore and View about how they thought it were going to go. And he used to do a bit of a roundup, didn't he, of that as well? I thought that were good.
He used to make me laugh at him, Kenneth.
Yeah, Kenneth's Corner.
Kenneth's Corner, when he used to just squabble anything out, and
you're
like, what?
It's missed, isn't it? Shore and View.
I know he is.
All he missed. There is a gap there that will never be filled. Because we've always been very different content to Johnny.
Yeah.
I used to really enjoy Johnny's stuff. He used to help me out massively in terms of stuff that people.
LL break. Oh,
he's out for a throw.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a lot nicer guy than he wanted people to believe. So it'd ruin his image if it got out too much that he used to help people and went the extra mile to help other people. But he were a salt of the earth lad, and he is a huge loss to the community. And the Shore and View in terms of the YouTube space, as I say, it'll never be replicated. So there's a gap, a gaping hole there that. And what I love is when we do analytics, like PN UK does analytics for everybody and tracks people's views, which is always interesting from a business point of view to see how you're going and comparative stats and stuff. It's always great to see Shore and View still getting a steady number of views. It's quite heartwarming to see that people are still watching those videos. that Johnny put out and standing test of time. So yeah, it's great, mate. Thank you for bringing him up actually, because
No,
it's worth
he's
mentioning.
like I've never met him. I've never met him, but I always thought he's a legend.
Yeah.
He was a
Well, he
legend.
started it. He was the first one that I know of, first Sheffield United YouTuber. That and not only was he the first, he was, in terms of his graphics and his presentation, I always thought it was the best. And we openly said that. It's not like something you say now, looking back through rose-tinted glasses. I think it's quite obvious that he was. You look at the presentation at Beer and Breakfast and how slick it was. He was an editor, you see. He was a video editor. That was his job and his profession. And
It's like people say like he spent absolutely hours.
Oh yeah,
He worked.
imagine.
Did he like he work and he'd come home
So
and then he'd edit?
I don't know about his early working days, but I know that when he went all in on video creation, and he got a job like working for he got a job doing video editing for like he were doing boxing gigs and stuff like that at once, not so long since actually. And that took up a lot of his time, but he was meticulous and he was a perfectionist, and you could tell just because of the presentation that he put out. So, yeah, God bless Johnny, because he's missed. Danny says, I think we'll play whoever Wilder's new team is. Yeah, possibly. That would be ironic, wouldn't it? It's another yellow card for Chelsea. Toss in this time. I don't know if it's toss in. Jared says, I think people are more frustrated at the owners having a leak in the media about Wilder's job than fans talking about his position. Either that, or it has been alleged that some people wanted it to get out to sort of make his position untenable. First game guess is Blackburn at home, says Lee. Yeah, not a bad shout. We finished on that, didn't we? So maybe have it towards the front end of season.
I'm actually talking to some on my way in to some Blackburn fans.
Oh yeah,
in that game, yeah, and me. I think one of my cousins a Blackburn fan as well.
All right, okay.
He travels far and wide, like massive Rover fan. Yeah. Going back to them,
is he a season ticket holder?
Yeah, he's literally breathes.
Does he?
Sleeps Blackburn, yeah.
Oh, very good. What does he think to Tyrese Dolan?
I've not really like spoke to him in that sense.
Oh, you're not about who's going where and who might move and stuff like that. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
It's like a distant cousin, if you get, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And speaking to them Blackburn fans, then it were a couple and a young lad and young girl, and they said they rate Tyrese Dolan.
All right, okay. I'm not a huge fan. I don't mind him. I think he's okay, but I think he's very hot and cold and just does it in short bursts for me. So I'm not convinced. Ian says Southampton away, first game of the season. That'd be a big, big game. Nice to get out of the way as well. Probably before they've had a chance to settle and sort of get a settled team for this division. But
I'll take a week off of that.
yeah. We're not going to be like that, are we? So Wrexham away, Friday night season opener, says Ian. No thanks. I know. Leeds signed 2 players in the last 2 days, an attacker for free and a centre-back about 50. They don't need a centre-back. Stroik and Rodon at best the championship's ever seen. Why are they signing
best the championship ever seen, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what Connor tells me.
The Premier League on, yeah?
I'm only joking, Con, if you're watching, pal. Matt Meldrew says Charlton is a fantastic away day. Yeah, well, it's another one we get to experience it. I'll be doing a watch along for Charlton away, pal, no doubt. Paul says Yaka Bijol is a great signing for Leeds. Never heard of him. Dave the Nose will lose every week with his predictions. Oh, I can't wait. Can you imagine Dave the Nose having to turn Dave, who's always really well turned out, always like looks really presentable and smart. Smelly brain himself. Imagine him having to the full kit one just stands out to me because it's got Dave the Nose written all over it. Just a full kit with boots and shin pads, I just think would be hilarious. Saturday night takeaway with the Rambo, love it. Absolutely right, pal. Absolutely right. Viva la behind the ramble. Thank you, William. Hope you're well, pal. Aren't Oxford in trouble, says Nige. Seen something today that it'll cost the club's existence. Something along them lines. Oh, I don't know.
Wow.
All right, it could cost them the club's existence. Right, not sure. Wrexham paid 700 grand for Hardy. He had a release clause on relegation. We have missed the trick there, then, Scott, haven't we?
Oh,
We have
what
missed the
steal.
trick. He's a £2.5–3 million player, I would probably say. He's certainly a proven championship commodity. Mr. V's going for Charlton. Hope you're well, Mr. V. Top man. Thank you for
Mr.
joining
V,
us.
I love him so much.
He's an absolute legend, mate. Absolute
He
legend.
is.
Andy says, been on Sky Sports just now. Decision being made tomorrow for Wilder. What do you think, Jimmy? Stay or go for Wilder? Great show. I want him to stay. I think he will go. That is what I think is the situation. I don't, and to be honest, I don't see how he can stay now. Because if he knows that people aren't happy with him from above, then it certainly it adds. It's half time, by the way. I know I've put that on screen, but it adds some. It becomes untenable. You can't then continue on. It adds a lifespan to the position, I think.
Sorry, I'd be like commentating. It's like my laptop's just playing up. It's like,
Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. No danger at all. No, I'm enjoying the chat. To be honest, mate, you've seen these watch-alongs yourself. That tends to be what happens at the moment with these. It's more of a chat about what's going on generally. It's nice to have you on stream and have a chat with you about how you're feeling about stuff. So, something different, isn't it? Something different.
oh yeah.
I thought the decision was made in a meeting last week, says Jared. I think, I again, this is speculative. I think the decision was made at least last week at the latest, probably. And it's more a case of sorting things out before you make the announcement and maybe even speaking to him directly because he's been away, hasn't he? So I think that might have had something to do with it personally. Nige says it was being discussed, apparently, Jared, mate. There you go. Alex Crook reporting O'Neill is a strong favourite to replace Wilder once a decision has been made. How do you feel? Let me know in the comments. There's 800 people here. So let me know in the comments what you think in terms of a replacement, if that's the case. Are you happy with O'Neill? And I know Wilder's still in the job. So if you feel like you can't, out of respect for Wilder, I understand that. But as we talked about at the top, this is football and this is business and this is what happens. Wilder has interviewed for jobs while people have been sitting in the hot seat. He understands how the game works. We as Sheffield United fans aren't daft and can see what is coming over the hill. It is natural. I'm not saying it's right, but it's certainly natural to talk about what is coming for our club because the whole uncertainty around it makes people feel uneasy. And if you can elaborate on potential scenarios, it might just calm a few nerves. So the fact that we have been talking for the last almost week now that Chris Wilder may be leaving the football club or is likely to leave the football club, then if it's announced tomorrow, it's not going to be a shock, is it, to loads of us? It might be frustrating because it's dragged on a few days, but it's not going to catch people off guard where people are outraged and really upset and throwing themselves about and stuff like this. It's been softly done and maybe on purpose. We don't know, but it's been softly done and people have started, the jungle drums have sort of let that message seep out, perhaps through us. I may have been used as a pawn, but the channel has benefited from it and use away. But in terms of, the message has got out there and we are now getting our heads around it. And again, that step further now will be, well, who next then? Who next? Because the club will carry on without Chris Wilder. It's never been Chris Wilder FC. He will be the first to tell you about that. And you can go back on any video I've ever done on this channel or on the Blades Ramble. You will not catch me slating Wilder in any form or fashion. I've criticised his decisions in the past, but I'm a huge Chris Wilder fan. And again, for the record, I want him to stay. I just don't think he will. I don't think he will. So, Moorey, I'm going to put you on the spot before I go to any others. If you have to pick a manager now, today, as to who you would want to replace Chris, I'm not saying you want Wilder to go, but if what is expected to happen happens, who is your pick to replace Chris Wilder?
Is it a dream one or is it just a realistic one?
It's a realistic one. A realistic
No,
one. But
like, not like Gref, no.
you can aim high, but try and make it realistic as to, some of the names that have been mentioned. Like, we had a lot of Ange Postecoglou shouts
Yeah,
early
he
doors.
won't come to us.
I don't think so. Early doors, I won't mention names, but Clarkey said Pochettino as a shout, which I think is, again, way too...
Why,
And to be fair
man?
to the lads that are making these calls, because Clarkey knows I really value his opinion, and I love having a chat with him about stuff. But we don't know the gauge of these new owners. We don't know the ambition level. We don't know how much money they're willing to throw at it. So there might be some higher reputation names that could come. But I think if we're being realistic and sticking to what levels we usually operate at, who would you have, pal?
Right. I'll say my finger first. Is Joachim Low, what you call it, available?
No.
No.
So that's your unrealistic shout out of the way.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'd say Ruben Sellers.
Would you?
Yeah.
You like him as a shout, Ruben Sellers?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Sellers, Sellesh, but
I'd say Sellers.
That's all right.
I don't know.
That's all right, mate. I didn't know whether that were another.
Or Ruben Sellers.
Yeah.
Good for Sellers.
So go on then. The ex-Hull manager, ex-Hull
Yeah.
Reading manager. Why are you choosing him as your first choice if Wilder does leave?
When he came to Bramall Lane, he got it tactically set right, and I've watched some of his games.
Yeah.
And he's almost playing like a very lively system. What Pep plays like a tiki-taka. I really like that.
Okay.
And he plays with wingers and...
He does. Fast on the break. I thought the same in that respect. They weren't, and this is just a one game, because I hadn't studied a lot of his games. Like, I know you're saying you've watched a lot of his stuff. I haven't. But in that, I can only take him on the game that I saw him in charge against us, and he got it spot on in that respect. We dominated the game in large parts, and they just did what they needed to do. I thought they looked really good at times. Obviously, ended up beating us 3-0. So,
and I know obviously some like fans are saying, "Oh, we don't want him," but I thought he did all right for Hull because weren't they bottom at league?
Hull were bottom when he came in, yeah.
Yeah, and he rose them up to what did he? I don't know.
No, because that was something that we were looking at. I think I said it with Man Mountain, didn't I, yesterday? It was something like the 13th or 14th.
That's not bad.
Best. No, in terms of the overall record from when he came in the league, that wasn't the position, but he'd conceded the least goals outside the top 3 as well.
Wow.
So he'd solidified the team, basically. He'd given them really strong foundation. So I think it's a good return, personally.
I know people say, "Oh, yeah, but he's got a side from Hull," but their owners.
Nutcase. Mate.
Their owners are not good.
No, agreed. It's Chancery light, isn't it, at Hull?
Yeah, and Potsos at Watford.
Yeah, that's
I've heard a lot about them.
Yeah, crazy. They're crazy as well.
I've even heard some fans saying, like, or Watford fans saying, they won't go to games while they're their owners.
No, I'm good.
Sorry.
First sneeze, I managed to mute it. Second, I thought I was coming again, but I'll go.
I hate when you're ready to sneeze, you're like, come on.
Yeah, I know. Right. So Danny says, I think it's inevitable whether Wilder gets us up this season or not. He will still go. History evidence tells us that pointless kicking the can down the road. You can't put a fire out with more fuel once it's been said. It's as good as done, says Nigel. I agree with that. Nick says, do you think Hecky would be worth another go? Oh, no, Nick, come on. Not for me personally, but he did do well for us. He did the job that was asked of him, didn't he, Nick? I agree with that. I just think it would be seen as a bit of a step backwards. And again, you're agreeing with that, Nick, aren't you? But he's not really been in conversation. That's maybe why Nick's put him in there.
I was going to say, obviously, when I used to watch Johnny's show review, we all look good under Eckenbaum, Costa and I.
And we had Gibbs White in that team as well before that. So the
the excitement levels were there in one or two individuals. It's been a criticism a little bit of Wilder this season in terms of we've relied too much on individual performances rather than, blown teams away with really dominant performances as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is a little element of that as well, pal. I think I don't believe I don't believe they're going to do it for a Cooper Dyche character or even an O'Neill, even though I think he's a bit different. If you remove him from a full change, then based on rumours, it's for Sellers. Okay. Ben says, not sure if I would have been keen on Sellers, but as you mentioned, he's got an okay record and done a good job at the places he's been. Maybe with the better caliber of player, he can excel with us. Possibly. That might be why his name's in the mix, Ben. It doesn't mean he's definitely going to get the job, does it?
And no disrespect to whole City squad, but our squad's a lot better. Got a lot better players.
Absolutely
That's
right.
it.
Absolutely right. The only caveat is he was at Southampton before Reading, and that was his first managerial job, but he didn't do great. Yeah. So Nige says, I'd take O'Neill 100%. I thought both Wolves and Bournemouth was a harsh sacking. I did too. Wolves started dismantling their squad. Look at them now, and Bournemouth took a punt and it paid off. Yeah, I agree. Jared says, my personal favourite is Dyche. Has multiple promotions and has the same mould and approach as Wilder, but that's why I think he's not in the question. O'Neill is a good appointment. Did poor at... Yeah, you've not commented again there, Jared, but...
Do you think Dyche will drop to us, though?
Yes, 100%. 100%. If we wanted him, I think he'd come to Sheffield United. Because I don't think a Premier League... It's a little bit like the point that... Man Mountain raised last night, because I was saying I think Liam Rossini is a bit ambitious for us to look at, and he's like, "Well, who in the Premier League is going to take Liam Rossini?" And that's nothing against him as a manager.
I'm watching now,
yeah, but who is going to take him realistically? And it's true, because they'd rather try and go for somebody proven who's done it. So then he's got to be looking at top end Championship if he wants to come back to England, and we are top end Championship. So maybe it's not out of the question. And I think Dyche, like our fans are saying now, is perceived in a certain way, isn't he? So there can be a lot of people saying, I think he'd be good because of his previous record, but there's others saying, no, Dinosaur plays a certain way. I want.
Could you imagine if he comes in, though, Dyche, he gets his best mate, James Tarkowski.
James Tarkowski or Ben Mee. I can see both of them, aren't we?
Go on, let's get band together.
Yeah, absolutely.
We use lump of coal. He has lump of coal for his breakfast.
All right. Oh, Cal Fowler. Shout out Cal Fowler, who's texting me some info and probably doesn't know I'm on stream at the minute. Nice.
Beat Cal Fowler.
You are?
Beat Callum Fowler.
The Callum Fowler, yes. The Callum Fowler.
Hey up. Spadge.
We are doing, I don't know if you know this, Moorey, actually, or if I've announced it properly. I probably have, I think. We're doing a weekly show starting beginning of next season. So me and him will be alternating between channels. One week it'll be on Ramble, next week it'll be on Kez channel, whatever it is called. And then, it's going to be really good. It's going to be like a praise or grumble thing. Copyright.
He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh so much.
Listen, I don't want to give him too much credit because his head is massive, but he is so good at what he does. So yes, I don't know how I'm going to get around the no swearing on my channel when he comes on, but it's one of them things. It might be a hazard of the occupation. They're coming out for the second half, so I need to get my timer right in a minute, but I'm trying to catch up on comments. Take with a pinch of salt from Alex Crook, however, who was first to report the release clause in Wilder's new contract, says Scott. I like Alex Crook. I think he is quick with stuff, but I think he nabs it from other sources in terms of he might have seen a Fabrizio Romano tweet somewhere and then he's a bit of a copy and paster, I think.
Yeah, nothing's official until you see that. Here we go.
Right, mate. Exactly right. Lee says, personally, I don't think any of the linked potential new managers, Sellers, O'Neill or Dyche are an upgrade on Wilder. If he is going, and I 100% hope not, it has to be a significant, proven, successful manager. You've already mentioned the former Dortmund manager, Lee. Have you got any other names other than those in the mix? And would it be a domestic manager that I would know so I can give you an opinion on it? Or are we struggling because we just don't think there's anybody better than Wilder out there? Nige says, I've not seen anything about Dyche being linked, only on here. That's to why I'm choosing only. I don't think Dyche has been linked, Nige. He's quite high up in the odds, Nige, but I think it just makes sense, and I don't think it'll happen. A little bit
Don't
like
sometimes
too similar to Wilder.
don't sometimes get the odds information what you see on social media as well.
Yes, yeah, possibly, mate. So, I'm gonna have to keep my eye on the timer here, but eye on the timer. It's the thrill of the fight.
He's just showing me that some dude's getting some food for his family at the moment.
All right, have you got an advert on?
Yeah.
I on. That's interesting. Jimmy, we've all seen Succession. No, I haven't actually. I haven't. Guys, if you haven't watched it, but yeah, I think it's by design. This information has been released. Oh, Olivier Giroud's getting warmed up. He's there in his tank top. Where's my mirror? Where's my mirror? That's what he keeps saying. I think I've translated
Where's
it from
the mirror? He's learned that from me.
Yeah, possibly. His hair's not quite up to the same standard, but he's a fine-looking specimen. I'll tell you that.
He is.
Wilder is great. Really appreciate what he's done for the club. If he's gone, then we look for the positives. New manager might attract another level of player. Might do, Jack. That's fair. Sellers has a sporting degree and is a former sports analyst, so definitely fits the bill for the Americans. Mm-hmm. It makes sense. I didn't know that, Scott. Thank you for the information, mate. I think it's Ruben for us. Hull stayed up on goal difference, says David. They're getting stronger out of them Ruben Sellers rumours. Random and left field, but I like what Silvino and Pablo Zabaleta have done at international level for Albania. Not saying they would be a good fit or I want them, just been impressed by them. Don't know enough about it, Ben. Don't know if I love a left field shout, but I don't know enough about it.
I seen them on a job. So look a bit of what you call it, managers scouting yesterday. And I hope we don't get any ideas, but Javi Gracia and Kickoff Flores.
No. Or Zisco.
No.
Zisco that went to Wednesday. No, oh, dear me. I've never known a club that does not communicate with the fans. I'm wondering if Wilder has spat his dummy out. Need to sort this out no later than the end of the week. I'm positive it'll be done before the end of the week, John. Positive. Jared says, meant to say O'Neill did poor at the start of last season, winning 1 in 10, but they had a very tough run of games. No promotion experience, but a good manager, especially for the long term. Yeah, okay. I didn't know it was 1 in 10. That's not great, is it? But again, it's Premier League level. The only thing I think is if we cannot get a manager who has done it in the Prem and got a champ team promoted, I think we should stick with Wilder. Beast Boy says, Ria, no. He's going to leave, isn't he? Beast Boy, I've been telling you this for a long time. Let's be right. Giroud, the hair of Moorey, the beard of... Giroud, the hair of Moorey, the beard of Man Mountain. Well, that is... What a combination that is. What a combination. And speaking of Man Mountain, just any excuse for a quick plug. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, you will be on with Benjamin Bloom.
He looks like Oliver Giroud.
He does a little bit, doesn't he? A little bit of a salt and pepper version of Oliver Giroud. But yeah, the 900 people here, you can have that freshly advertised for you. Thank you for joining us. And then Wednesday at 7, myself and Dave the Nose will be continuing our squad assessment on our midfield. So that is upcoming on the Blades Ramble. Finally can save on his wages, meaning Rian, I think it is. That from Jack. If we sign O'Neill, I'll be gutted, says Beast Boy. What system would you want the new manager to use, Moorey and Jimmy? There's plenty of time, mate, and Giroud is on, by the way, and I'm just going to get this timer up. Get it synced. And there we go. Should be, and get the halftime notification off. So we should be about right now. They've kicked off. Yeah. What system would you like to see us play, Beast Boy? And what I would say to this before we answer, Beast Boy, would be we have got so much time to implement now any new system because we haven't brought in any new players yet. We could bring in players to fit a system with wingers, without wingers, 3 at the back, 2 at the back, whatever we want to do. It's a bit of a blank canvas because you can bring in 10 plus players and change what you do. So I don't mind as long as we play to the players' strengths is the honest answer. But Moorey, have you got a preference on the system you like to see United play?
I've always liked this system, but I don't think we will. A 4-3-3 attacking.
Right, okay.
Or a 4-4-2 wide 2 and then 2 strikers up top.
So
many
like
people.
a 4-4-2, but with high wingers pushed
Yeah.
on, like attacking wingers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad. I think that's similar to what we went with towards end of season, to be honest. I think that it's a fairly close way up. No, got robbed there. Nicholas Jackson again. To your point, getting ball robbed off him. Cole Palmer with a poor ball that's intercepted by Hollingshead, whatever he's called. Sorry to say that. I'm not against Danny Roll as much as other people. I don't know where the Danny Roll thing came in. Oh, sorry to say it, but I'm not against Danny Roll as much as other people.
Do you
Danny
know
Roll,
what? I don't know.
Danny Roll, I understand the point, Jared, because I think he's done a really good job with a terrible squad. And I think if he was at any other club, I would probably want him. But he cannot cross the divide. He can't. He just can't. Particularly after what went off this season as well. He can't. He can't do it. So I don't think there's any chance it happens. And the first time we lose a game, somebody mentioned this. I think it was Brett that said on Hot Topic, agent role. That's what it'll be. Want it all the time. Do you know? That's what we'll just get stick from them every time, and it'll get worse. Anyway, go on, mate. Sorry, you were going to say.
I think if it goes to any like a strong team, in my opinion, I think in win league and championship we're like stronger players with better caliber.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I'm just replying to Callum. Just thought that'll make him twitchy for a little bit. Danny says, O'Neill, in fairness to him, whilst at Bournemouth and Wolves, was part of bringing in players like Semenyo, Zabani, and Cunha. Zabani? I can't.
I know who he means.
Cunha, and Wilder wants McBurney back. He brought in Tommy Doyle as well at Wolves, didn't he? I think so. Yeah, there is a strong record there for me.
Who knows, eh? Gary O'Neill.
Who knows?
Tommy Doyle
and Chris Mepham, who played for him at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
If it's O'Neill, you'll be happy, Jim. He uses 3-4-3 and 3-4-2-1. Yeah, love that. We'll go with that. Not bad at all, Scott. Why did Sellers get the sack from Hull? Because they are absolutely ludicrous as a club and think they should have been up there in top 3 with us. Peace Boy says, I have to agree with Moorey. 4-3-3 would be amazing. Yeah, it's very attacking, isn't it? But I think Moorey's then also said he wouldn't mind an attacking 4-4-2 with wingers pushing on as well. I think that'd be good too.
That's all well and good having an attacking formation, but we need to not be top heavy.
Yeah,
as well.
We need to sort that defence out, don't we, as well?
Yeah.
Pedro Neto now, right hand side, crossed into the box low. Nicholas Jackson. It's going to be a corner, surely. Oh, it's a goal kick. That must have been poor from Nicholas Jackson. A little bit like you were saying earlier. I think Wilder gets another job, at least a playoff chasing team in the Championship or even a Scottish team trying to break the cycle of Celtic and Rangers. I'll be sick for ages if we got sausage roll, says Beast Boy. We won't. Go on, mate. You were saying.
You might laugh at this, but I looked on odds the other day for Brentford manager, even though Keith Andrews is favourite in it.
Keith Andrews is what? Favourite for Brentford? Yeah.
Yeah. But Chris Wilder's win odds as well.
Is he in odds for Brentford job?
Yeah.
No, he's not. No, he's
not. Leicester.
Leicester. I think he goes to a team further down than Sheffield United. That I would. That's how I could see him going. I know Bristol City are about to appoint Gerard Struber.
Oh,
I could see. I could see somebody like a Bristol City taking him on. Sorry, because LA are just on attack here. Oh. So what happened there was it was whoever this guy is cut inside, came back onto his favoured left foot. So a left-footed shot from the edge of the box, going towards the far post, but it took a nick off his own man and deflected wide, but it were close. It looked like his original shot were on target, to be honest. Yeah. Sonny Glasby of Glasby Pallets, full channel sponsor of Behind the Ramble. What a man. Sonny Glasby is. He says, evening lads, tell you what, you put some time into this YouTube
I've got sponsors to satisfy, pal. What can I say? I'm committed to the cause.
Oh,
There's been great content recently, and I hope to see much more. If you haven't already, give the lads a like and a subscribe. Thank you, pal. And if you haven't already, all the information about Glasby Pallets is in the description below. Thank you for supporting the channel and the sponsors that support the channel. It's very much appreciated. John says 100% Ruben, new boss, told by a good source just now. Bold move, which could go either way. Beast Boy is throwing up at the thought of a back three. I don't mind a back three. We were very successful for a long time with a back three. No way Wilder goes to Brentford. There's not.
That was a great miss.
What minute are you on now?
It's just buffering all over the place here.
Oh, right, okay. Are you on that shot that got deflected wide?
Yeah. By number 30.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, you're miles behind now.
Tell me about this.
No way does Wilder goes to Brentford. There's no shot. No, but every manager gets listed, don't they? And the odds are relative to how likely they are to get the job. So Wilder will be 50s at best, I think.
Well, Cornish Blade was said other week, it's silly season.
It is silly season. It is.
Silly season,
and that's where speculation and all sorts of rumours run rife. Wilder to Wrexham, would love to see that. Would you? No. I don't want to see my favourite ever manager go to one of the clubs that nobody likes.
No.
Wilder's 33s for Brentford, says Luke. Okay, mate. Good evening, Jim Bob. Good evening, Gabe. Nice to see you from across the pond. How are you doing, pal? Hope you're well. Wilder wouldn't go to that rubbish hole, Wrexham. It's Moorey's dodgy stream, says Dan.
It is.
What a terrible accusation that is. That it's not illegal. It's a free platform. I don't think even Moorey's doing that.
No.
Corner to Chelsea, outswinger, gone short again.
I'll show you I'll show you what's happening to me.
Go on then, mate.
It's just like basically I'm just watching it on the
zone. Yeah.
And
it's off the line. Hugo Lloris with a goal-saving save, which is obviously what he's there to do. But
sorry about showing platform what I'm watching it on.
Mate, you show whatever you need to show. It's all right. We're hardly showing the game on stream, are we? You were just showing issues that you'd had. Very close there from Chelsea. Got over 926 people in here, mate.
I like.
Only 83 on
83. Come on, let's go to 100.
83 on YouTube, and the rest, the other 900, are watching on X. So if you want to give us a subscribe, you're miles behind. You're miles behind.
I'm just going to talk to you about football.
About United. Yeah, that's what we're here for, mate, really. So, yeah, if you're not already subscribed and you're enjoying the content, please do come over and give us a like. It would be very much appreciated. Let's have a look. See how much we're on now on Behind the Ramble, actually. We are on 2,159. So we're, 41 away from 2-2. Desmond 2-2. Let's have a look. Harvey says, Macamere from finishing 16th last year with Michael Beale to this year not being out of the top 4 all season. Labrie was a game changer. If you get lucky with an appointment, it changes everything. I think Labrie were a really smart bit of business, and congratulations again to Sunderland, who rightly got promoted on the day. It's sickening for us, but it's...
don't sing that wise man sing.
I know.
About people what said that or 2-1.
We walked into... walked into Box Park at Wembley, and first song I heard were "Wise Men Say."
Oh wow!
I'm like, why are they playing this in Sheffield United Box Park?
They must have
Sunderland song.
They must have crystal ball future.
Possibly, mate. Possibly. Rich says, "What would you think of a Sam Byram as a signing?" No, thanks, Rich. Not for me. He's never good enough for a Prem Leeds, but I think he cooks for a smaller club in the Championship.
Smaller club. I'm offended.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, maybe you can sign for Charlton or something like that. Dodgy. He's so behind, says Beast Boy. Yes, he is, mate. Yes, he is. But can't help these streaming issues sometimes. Jimmy, did you see Leeds sign the worst Nemecha brother? They're coming straight back down. I thought it was the Man City Nemecha who played for Preston, but it's not, is it? It's not. It's his bro. Did you get him on a free as well? Get it in. It's on Channel 5, Moorey, apparently. So Dave Webster said, Dave Webster. I'm so sorry, Dave. I'm so sorry,
Right.
Dave Norwood.
Let's have a wheel.
LA nearly broke away then. I tried watching on X the other day on a live stream, no adverts. I think that's why people might watch it over there. All right, Daz, you don't have to advertise that fact over here. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. But the adverts are what keep the channel going, pal. So I have to ask people to come over. I understand the viewing experience is probably better with no adverts. And people will do that. So at some stage, I'm going to have to stop playing these out on X. But then it's a balance, isn't it? It's a balance, mate. Apparently Walker's going to Everton. I saw that link, Ben. It's the first link I've seen. So again, it being silly season, as we call it. We'll wait for a little bit more concrete, but he has been linked from a good source from what I briefly saw. Oh, it's into the box, cut across the 6-yard box, and it's blocked by LAFC, who've been playing well. It has to say, I have to say, I thought this would be a mismatch, but it's not at all. Chelsea are the better team, quite comfortably the better team, but not knowing the level of LAFC, they're not a bad side.
No, they're quite good.
Yeah, they're not a bad side at all. London was fully red and white. They must have got mixed up with the songs, says Harvey. Yeah, possibly, mate. That's why, mate. Lol, yeah, I appreciate it, Daz. Appreciate it, mate. Thoughts on the Bulgarian right back? Yeah, no, loads about him, Beast Boy. Loads about him. But I'm not going to tell you. It's top secret. Yeah, exactly, Maury. Who?
I'm sorry, but who?
Don't know. I can put up with a team advert or two. You're a top man, Daz. That's why you're a platinum rumbler. Joe says, I'm now overly bothered by missing out on Darling. Don't think he's anything special, to be honest with you, but my only worry is missing out on our big targets that would be certain starters.
Hey up.
What's up?
Hey up, that's better.
Are you on? Are you on now?
I'm on 57, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, you're still miles behind me.
Oh.
But still, at least you're with us. At least you're not going to get an interrupted stream, mate. Don't you worry. I'll tell you about something before it happens. Because otherwise, it won't be full time for you till it's bedtime for everybody else. So,
yeah.
All good. All good, mate.
Just scared myself. I scared myself then with noise levels.
Did you? It made you jump.
Like, oops.
What's going on here?
Yeah, it's just showing me Simon from Corrie fouling Cucurella.
Oh, yes.
It looks like Simon from Corrie.
It does look like... I didn't know what you'd said then. You're right. It is Simon from Corrie. It is. Yes, mate. So you don't get that with Jordan Motson. I've never once heard him refer to Simon from Corrie on stream. You're already box office compared to that lad.
And just showing you now Enzo Maresca, aka Voldemort. I always call Martinez in what looks like, Simon. I'll call him Simon from now on.
Yeah, that's the best way to refer to him. Callum Fowler's not happy that I didn't read it out. I didn't say what you've told me. You big Jesse. I'll never tell you anything again, you dog. Oh dear. Here they come again, Madueke. I'll turn back a little bit. Telegraph have supposedly reported that Wilder's been sacked. What do you think we're going to do with Sam Curtis? Because we're getting a Bulgarian right back, and with Sariki, what do you do? Look, the Bulgarian right back, Beast Boy, and any of these AI signings so far, you can forget about, because I don't think they're going to impact the first team. Nor do I think Sam Curtis impacts the first team. I think if we can get rid of him, we will. But the problem we've got is his wedge. He's on a big wage. He came with a huge reputation and has been very disappointing by all accounts. I have not seen him, but you hear from Darren McAntony, who took him on loan, who was really disappointed with him. So there may be a player in there, but we're certainly paying for it if there is. Oh, lovely feet from Cole Palmer. Tries to get it across the box, but it's deflected out for a corner. Mr. V says, just for context, Vancouver Whitecaps are first place in the Western League and LA are 5th.
Come on.
Thank you, mate. We love a bit of Vancouver Whitecaps, don't we, pal? I thought he said Simon here with Curry. Who scored the first goal? It was Pedro Neto. And a nice goal as well. He cut inside onto his left foot, about 7 or 8 yards out, fired it into the near post. Decent. Are they actually going to take a proper corner here? Enzo over the ball for an outswinger. They've gone short for the majority of the corners so far, Chelsea. One arm in the air, right arm in the air, crossed in, outswinger. It's nodded on by Toshin.
Liam Double-Up looks like he's coming on.
Well caught by Hugo Lloris. You saying Liam Delap's coming on?
Looks like he is.
What minute are you on?
I'll probably be far behind you.
So I don't know how you've seen him come on and warming up. So I must have missed it while I was reading.
61, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, you're 40 seconds behind me, yeah. I think Danny Roll has got a private, has gone private on X, getting a lot of abuse. Awful. Oh, Danny Hall. I said Danny Roll then. Danny Hall's gone private because people are abusing him. What are they abusing Danny Hall for? Ridiculous. Danny Hall and Nathan Emmingham before him. And I'm not bezzies with Danny Hall or anything like that, but I know him. He's been on the channel before. I really respect what he does. He does a really good job for us. He keeps us in the loop as to what's going off. And I know some people think he's been slightly biased in his opinion about what's gone off. But is he not allowed to have an opinion on what's happening? And I know, he's not writing in the Star what should happen or what he thinks of the situation. He's putting on his own, and you're right, Delap's coming on. He's putting on his own Twitter account his slant on the situation. I just think it's absolute situations like this. And look, Madueke's coming off and Delap's coming on.
I like Delap's name.
Say again, mate.
I like Delap's first name.
Yeah, I thought you might. Oh, nearly a name reveal there. Nearly a name reveal.
I'll say it. I'm not bothered.
Go. Hang on. Nicholas Jackson and Madueke coming off. And coming on is George and Liam Delap. Go on then, mate. You want a big reveal?
Same name as Delap's. Liam.
Liam Moorey. So, Liam Moore.
Liam Moore.
Liam
M-O-O-R-E. You could just call me Moorey if you want.
You know what? Sometimes the illusion has just been shattered now. The mystique around your name. Anyway, so just to finish off on Danny Hall, I think it's outrageous, absolutely outrageous that you can't have an opinion in the modern day. And this is what speculation, and look, we are part of this speculation because we are talking about it, but this is what it's causing in the fan base because emotions are so high that people are overreacting massively, overreacting to stuff. And if Danny's had to go private so some idiots can't get in touch with him about stuff, the more fool them, they're going to lose out on news from him. Neto scored, it says David. Why is Danny getting abused, says Luke. Why would they abuse Danny, says Beast Boy. Curtis looked decent in the few SPL games I watched him in, says Ian. Yeah, did he go to Hibs, was it? Might have been Hibs. I'm not entirely sure where he went. I can't remember off the top of my head. Scott said, we'll won't have this problem next season because we've got Lonely. Yes, we've got Lonely. Scott says, just having a mess about with the team and going 3-4-3. Can you imagine Burrows as left wing back with his ability to create an assist? Yes, I can. Gabe, thank you so much for the super chat, pal. $2.79, and it's very much appreciated. Hope you're doing well over there in Canada. I thought we were going to have another chance there. Luke says, Scott and Sariki, pace and ability to take on people on the right. I prefer that over wingers. Me too. Been saying for a while. Got laughed at in our chat. What are we getting laughed at going forward? Because I don't think they're part of it anymore. But I suggested our current squad was better with 3 at the back. And I stand by it. Obviously, we need centre defenders in order to fulfill that position. But I mean, people like Harrison Burrows as a left wing back, Femi Sariki as a right wing back. We haven't got legitimate wingers. We have got players like Gus Hamer and Callum O'Hare who are better central, in my opinion. So I think there's a lot more you can do with the old 3-5-2 than there is 4-2-3-1 with the current squad that we have.
I was going to say,
go on, mate.
I was going to say, oh, Scott. What player we've got called Scott?
Alex Scott won't be bad from Bournemouth.
No.
That'll be decent. Scott, I reckon Burrows would be great along going forward, but defensively he's awful. I don't think he's awful. And pushing him up the pitch will not help. I disagree, Beast Boy, that he's awful. Plus, if you're going with that, I would you'd have 3 at the back as well, so you'd have a sweeping left centre half. Danny says, does anybody know whether Des Taylor is still in the picture? Very loosely, mate. Very loosely. Was he a part of getting Gary O'Neill into Bournemouth? Perhaps that tells us all we need to know. There are links. There are loose links all over the place. Scott on that 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, which I really like. The 3-4-2-1 would be mine. Hamer and O'Hare behind Campbell. Yes. Holding could have been the third centre-back, by the way. Yes, he could. Daz says, same people abusing Danny Hall will be hanging on his every word in January. Correct, mate. Correct. When we're top and in for £20 million players. However, I do support abusing Sausage Roll. Can't condone that, but you do you, pal. If we're in the market for a high-caliber manager to replace Wilder, says Lee, and there are a few available, but whether they would come to us is another thing altogether. Marco Rose, ex-Leipzig and Salzburg, 1 German Cup, 1 German Super Cup, 1 Austrian Cup, and 2 times Austrian champions. Edin Terzic, who is the name that Lee has been championing, recently since the news started to surface. Ex-Dortmund, 1 German Cup and 1 German Super Cup. Vitor Bruno, ex-Porto, 1 Portuguese Super Cup. Interesting. So no domestic names that I'd know. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, appreciate that. But you always back it up with evidence, mate. So I appreciate that too. And Joe says, if anything, a 3 or 5 at the back gives Burrows more defensive cover for his lack of defensive ability. Yeah, I agree. If you do question him and I don't think he's a complete fullback or even left wing back, but I wouldn't say he's poor for one in terms of going backwards. I would say Sariki is questionable. Hey up. Delap did really well there. Really well. Held off his man right into the box, took it to the byline, got round his man, pulled it back for Enzo, and it just got blocked from about 7 or 8 yards out. He's onside. It's a good run from Liam Delap. He's looked sharp. This lad. Pete says, we're the real world champions. What is this World Club Cup nonsense? We won Europe. Best teams in Europe are in Europe, so we are the true champions. Don't even watch this nonsense tournament. Thanks for joining us, Pete, from Tottenham. You're always welcome here, mate. Always welcome.
Spurs.
I know. Do you think we are still Sentiment FC? Says Gabe. No, I don't. We certainly wouldn't be with this Wilder decision. I think we were to a degree last season under Wilder. Oh my goodness, really good, intricate passing in and around the box. Cole Palmer takes it right hand side of the box on his left foot to shoot across goal. High, wide, and not very handsome.
Oh, come on, Cole.
Got to do better than that. He's miles away. Really poor from Cole Palmer, who's gone off the boil a little bit.
Yeah.
No, Gabe, I don't think we are. I think Wilder was a little bit with the Jack Robinson blind loyalty. I think maybe a little bit of that with Ryan Brewster as well. But I think Brewster, to be fair to him, played himself into form and did well towards the end of the season, as did Robinson. But I still think Holding was a better player. But I think this Wilder decision would eliminate all sentimentality around the club.
Tell you something.
Maybe that's part of their thought process. Go on, Liam.
This was shocking.
It was shocking, weren't it? I can't call you Liam, by the way.
That.
I can't call you
You
Liam.
expect me and Brewster to hit it like that?
Oh. You know Ian's here, don't you? Ian and
Sorry,
Beast Boy are here.
Sorry, Beast Boy.
Mate, I'm just saying, you want to grow this TikTok, you can't be alienating people with Brewster shouts like this.
He'll shoot I'll just say something now.
Go on then.
He can shoot a lot better than what I can, to be fair.
Yeah, me too. Over 1,000 people here. Over 1,000 people. Thank you to everybody that's joining us. Pete says, are you a Chelsea fan? No, mate. No. And is that a question as to why we're watching this game? We're watching World Club Cup, pal. We watched the Nations League the other day. I'm not a Spain or a Germany fan or anything like that. You don't have to be here if you don't want to watch. There's no issue with that. Brett, the Positive Blade, says 5212. Sounds like a helpline. Hamer says, Hamer in the 10 surrounded by pace would frighten the life out of teams. I do have a question for any Chelsea fans. Do you want to keep Sancho? I'm not a Chelsea fan, mate, but I can't see how he... what a shot that is. What a shot. And just over the bar from LAFC. Didn't even see number on his back, so I couldn't tell you who did it. But it was a lovely, well-worked effort. And Sanchez were worried for a minute. Gabe says, if you had to put a percentage on Wilder being sacked, do you think it's more than 90? Yes, I do think it's more than 90. I would probably say 95. I haven't really changed my thoughts on it, to be honest, pal. Bruce, to get it signed, says Danny. And Beast Boy panicking, saying, what's all this about, basically? Pete, we're basically a Sheffield United channel. Yes, we are. Well said, Ian. That's where we land. We are Blades from the lane. Blades men and women from the lane. What did Brewster do to you, Moorey?
I don't know. At least he scored against Wednesday. That's all what. I think he's good because he scored against Wednesday.
Yeah, he put the ball in the Wednesday net, didn't he, to be fair?
Yeah.
Basically. And Pete, I think the penny's dropped. I gathered, retracted the comment. Fair play, mate. Fair play. And you are welcome here. Of course you are. Maury's half the screen about to be removed, says Ian. There you go. You see, you run the risk, don't you? You run the risk. He's about to drop you from... He's going to drop you from the screen. You're on half of the screen. He's going to drop you from it if you keep slating Brewster.
I like Brewster. Sorry, Ian.
Oh, dearie me. Zorro's down. The masked man, and Cucurella is limping. Do you know, this is the thing as well. And when I say Zorro, it's Moises Caicedo, because he's limping and he's got a face mask on for some reason. This is the problem with another competition. Now in the closed season, yes, it's very lucrative for the team that wins. I don't know what the prize pots are as you go down. I don't know what first, second, third, and fourth is. Apparently it's 97 mil in and around that figure for winning it. But if you don't, it's a huge risk, because that's Cucurella and Caicedo that look like they may have picked up knocks already. And this is supposed to be the time they're recovering. Do you know what I mean? It's closed season. They should be on holiday with their family, getting ready to come back for pre-season. You know, still keeping fit, but not pushing and pushing and pushing. It's going to end up being a 11.5-month season for some of these top professionals, and it's not sustainable.
That's why I'm kind of... I know we've got some internationals, but I'm kind of like glad that most of our squad are international level, because they just look knackered when they come back. Yeah,
that's true. That's true, mate. I'm just going to have a look at my match bingo card while we're on, because I am... Oh, somebody's claimed a line. Who's got that line? It's loading for me. Hutchins has claimed a line. So I am 2 away. 2 away from... I need a headed goal for Chelsea. I need 6 minutes added time. I need a headed goal in like the... What it's going to be, the 82nd or 92nd minute now. Or a headed goal for LAFC. It's not looking good. I've come too close, but not quite close enough. Right, where are we? Do you think the Premier League is now ruined? Seems to me that the 3 teams who go up go back down, and it affects them. Yes, I do, actually. I do. I don't think it's ruined, but I think it's nowhere near the competition that it used to be. I used to really enjoy it, in terms of not the fact that you didn't know we were going to win every year, because it were always a bit of a closed shop at the top end, but you certainly didn't know we were going to go down. Oh, Liam Delap again, looking really lively, but just gives away a free kick.
He's got a good place, isn't he, Liam Delap?
Yeah, he is. Well, you look at him just in the build, and if he progresses, is he going to be Harry Kane's successor, do we think?
Yeah. Did he score a few against us?
Oh.
Liam Delap.
Liam Delap?
Yeah, through our different clubs.
Oh, I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure.
I know he did for Stoke.
He played for Hull for a little bit as well, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't think we were in the same division, were we, when he was at Hull?
Not sure. Pete, Chelsea apparently sent him back and paid a penalty for early termination. Sent who back? I've lost track now, to be honest. Oh, Sancho. I think what it was, David, was that if they didn't make it permanent, they had to pay a penalty, and they chose not to. They paid an extra £5 million because they didn't want to buy him, which says a lot about him, doesn't it? I have to agree, Moorey. Brewster is great, says Beast Boy. Moorey getting brave, messing with the gatekeeper, says Brett. Yeah, I know. Ian, will Brewster come good next year? Says Nick. We'll wait and see if Ian answers that. I think Brewster is gone, and to be fair, I think it's a good thing, says Scott. Wow, bang, straight in with it. Frees up a big wage, could cover two decent players. I think he's gone as well, to be honest. Pete says, I think Spurs should make a bid for Sancho and Anthony. Do you mean Anthony at Man United? Oh, I think I'm not sure about them two signings, Pete. I'm not a Spurs fan, obviously. But those two scream Man United flops, and I can only assume you mean if you get them for a decent price, but they're not.
What does Pete recommend?
Here comes LAFC. He looks offside there. It's scrambling. Oh, it's across the box, and is it? Oh, how have you missed that? He is offside. He is offside in the end.
This is a question for Pete.
Go on then.
What does he? Well, two players actually. Is it Mickey Moore? Mikey Moore. Yeah. And Will Langshaw. What's he think of them two?
Oh, good question. Mikey Moore rumoured to be going out on loan to the Championship, and would that be Sheffield United interested, depending on what Pete says? Oh, do you like him?
Yeah, he's all right, I think.
Will Langshaw obviously came through Sheffield United Academy, went to Spurs. I think it was £2 million, something like that.
Oh, I've just seen that.
You just seen it?
Yeah.
You are so far behind.
I know, I'm sorry about this.
No, mate, don't be daft. It's funny. Moorey never forgiven Brewster for that shot that hit him in the cop and spoiled his hair. No two players can ever replace the leadership and skill Brewster brings to the club.
That's why I didn't want to. I've been slating him for so long. I've seen him. I think he was game before Bristol. I'm like, tried to get him come over this one. See ya.
Yeah.
I think you might have heard me in matches.
Maybe so. Even Rashford United's rejects big quality players. We get the best out of them. That's optimistic, that, Pete. I think you might go in a different direction, Pete, now under Thomas Frank. I don't be surprised to see some really good quality, maybe even unknown players come in that aren't really seen to be at the peak of the game, or even that the stars waning like you're talking about. I think you might get people, or try and get people on the way up like he's done at Brentford. If you can
prepared to see a lot of Danishes.
Oh, Chelsea 2-0. Lovely goal just to finish him off. And it's Enzo Fernandez. Sorry, Moorey, I know that you're behind, but you'll see it in a minute.
That's all right.
Yeah. Really clever move. Really enjoyed that little bit.
Yeah, as I was saying, just get ready for any Danish players coming through.
So it's a lovely cross. Is that Liam Delap that crosses it for him? It is. Liam Delap gets his head up, crosses it from the right-hand side. Enzo Lafite takes it beautifully. A lovely touch with his left knee, and then puts it just past Hugo Lloris.
Enzo Lafite's doing great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enzo Lafite.
Enzo
Sunderland and Chelsea.
Yeah. So, yeah, lovely goal. Liam Delap heavily involved in that. Looks a player. Brewster has been getting better last season. If he stays injury-free, he'll be the Brewster we signed 5 years ago. You see in the vision, Danny, says Beast Boy. Rumours flying about 10 p.m. announcement, apparently because it's 5 p.m. EST. And seeing people are saying O'Neill is done. Interesting, Joe. Well, that is
midnight.
15 minutes to go. Yeah, it could be. If I sign O'Neill, I'll be taking some time off Sheffield United. It's not good for my mental health. None of the British managers currently available strike me as an upgrade on Wilder at present, says Lee, apart from maybe Southgate. And what did he do at club level? Absolutely nothing, mate. Some of the available managers, Carrick, Gerrard, Cleverley's gone to Plymouth. Rooney, I know you just mentioned him to say what's available, but wow.
Critchley, no. Mowbray, no. Williams, which Williams? Gary Monk, Ian Everett,
Gary
Des
Monk.
Buckingham, good save by Sanchez to keep it 2-0. Ian Everett, Des Buckingham, Gary O'Neill, Steve Cooper, Sean Dyche, Nigel Pearson. Wow. I've always wanted him to become good, but injury has stopped him every time, says Dan. Luke says, does anyone worry for Brentford next season, losing a few players and likely to have Keith Andrews as their manager? Maury, what's your thoughts on Brentford? I'm not stitching you up here, but I'm interested to hear your initial thoughts because I know neither of us follow them that much. Obviously, Brian and Buemo is linked with a move away. Wissa is potentially linked to a move away. Nathan Collins, sort of linked to him. There you go. You see
Sorry, you've probably seen that.
Any initial thoughts on how Brentford would do now that Thomas Frank's gone? Do you worry for him?
I think with just what you just said, Brian and Buemo and Musa, is it Wissa?
Wissa, yeah.
If they lose them, then I can't see. They've got some good players like
yes, they have.
Damsgaard. Is it Damsgaard?
Yeah, Damsgaard, yeah.
And that Christian Norgard.
Yeah, yeah.
They still got good players like
Keane
Lewis Potter.
About Brentford, and I'm not taking credit for this, but I have just watched a video by Cal Fowler. I would encourage anybody that's interested in this Brentford conversation to go and watch Callum Fowler. He's done a video that says, are Brentford going to be relegated? And he gives his reasoning why he thinks they will be absolutely fine. And I think it's really strong, and it's a really well done video, to be fair to lad. So, yeah, there he goes. That's his second plug at night. You can tell I'm going to be doing some work with him, can't you? Tyreek George, Chelsea winger, must need some loan minutes next season, says the Man Mountain. Agreed, Lee, in terms of no English candidates being up to it. Harvey says, I agree, they all do look tired, like our player Chris Rigg. Just been recalled from one of the England age groups because he has picked up an ankle injury and seems pretty worrying. Just unnecessary. Yeah, I agree, pal. I agree. Home Funk says, couldn't disagree more regarding the Prem. 15 teams who could all get Europe. It's not the Premier League's fault. The champ teams have been awful the last 2 seasons. Now, the reason that is, Home Funk, is because the Premier League teams only look after their own. So you'll always have like a top 15, 16. And at the minute, it's becoming a closed shop 17. And the rest, it's not the Championship's fault. It's the fact that the Premier League keep all the money for themselves and don't. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I understand it, but it's not a case of they've just been so much better. Well, they've had the finances to do that. Oh yeah, Jimmy, did you see the links to that Everton midfielder on loan? I did through Ben HD. I saw that. We'll be having a little look at that as well.
Yeah,
Go on, mate. Go on.
I can't even say his name. Bulga number something. Bulga. That Bulga guy.
Yes, sir. I can boogie, but I need a certain song. Home Funk says, Leicester, us, Southampton will finish bottom of any season of the past 20 years. I rate Mikey Moore, says Gabe. I thought Mikey Moore has just done his knee, says Joe. Not sure. I have to be honest, I've not seen them play. Fair dues, Pete. Mikey Moore linked with Birmingham today. He's a very good prospect, says Lee. Excuse me. Go on, mate.
That's again like if Birmingham, no disrespect to them, I know they've got money and stuff like that, but we should be competing, not competing, but they're beating teams like Birmingham to signings.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They're seen as a high ceiling club now, though, aren't they, because of their ownership and the backing?
Yeah.
But they're certainly not the finished article. They did really well in League One last season. But I still think we are more of, if not, we are just as much, if not more of an attractive proposition than Birmingham. Because you'd be going for a project there, personally. I need to go away and take a look at them, says Pete. That's fine, mate. No problem. I like Mikey Moore, but I really like SA at Palace, the ex-Millwall lad. Being reported Mikey Moore is out for months with an ankle injury. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's no good. Lee says, I like Lewis Koumas rather than... I like Lewis Koumas slightly higher than Mikey Moore at present, but he has been exposed to more matches in the top 2 leagues, plus he's slightly older, I believe, and his dad is called...
Jason.
Correct. Go on, Moorey. Go on, lad. I really like Ben Doak as well. Yeah, me too.
I used to...
Me too.
Oh, sorry.
No, go on, mate. Go on.
I used to like... I do know all these players like Jason Kumas. Obviously, I remember when he played for West Brom, Darren Moore,
Yeah, absolutely right.
and Thomas Gordso, Russell Holt.
Wow. Pulling some out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Holt, were he the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Away we go. Chelsea again on the attack. Neto crosses it, and it's a good header away from LAFC, who've played well again tonight. Can't say any other.
Yeah. And this is another one for you, Jimmy.
Go on then, mate.
Remember, I think he came on against Derby years ago.
Yeah.
I think for 5 minutes, Dries Boussatta.
Sounds like a dessert. No, not heard of him.
Dries Boussatta. He played for us.
Tiramisu.
Yeah,
No,
tiramisu. Chocolate fondant.
Never heard of him.
No, Dries Boussatta. Yeah.
Oh, Dries Boussatta.
Boussatta.
I don't know. If I saw it written down, I might know what you mean. Some Blades might know if he played for us. I wouldn't be worried for Brentford. Oh, swung in and LAFC claim it. Well done, Hugo Lloris. I wouldn't be worried for Brentford. Going to probably lose 3 or 4 starters, but going to get 100 to 150 million pound with their transfer history. They'll find a gem to replace them. It's pretty much what Cal said. Got a question for the guy in blue. That's you, Moorey. Apologies, don't know your name. It's Mr. Moore. Do you think Sheffield United will go up next season? And who do you want to sign? I think you've got a fan here, Moorey. I think you've got a fan here. He is on TikTok, by the way, Pete. Moorey, the
subscribe.
Top. Yeah, make sure you're following him on TikTok. Go on, pal.
Am I allowed to get a picture up of this guy?
Of course you are, yeah. While you're doing that, I'll tell you, there's 91 watching on YouTube, 39 likes. There's 1,069 people here, Nige. Please like the stream, ladies and gents. And if you're enjoying the stream, please help us out a lot by subscribing up the Ramble, up behind the Ramble, like and subscribe. Thank you, Nige. I appreciate that. Go on then, Moorey. Who have you got, pal?
Who have I got?
Is it Dries Boussatta or whatever you were saying?
In there.
No, don't ring a bell. Not true. Look at the Premier League and how many teams have been in the champ the last 5 years. There we go. I've got a message from my man in the know. Dries Boussatta played 6 games, 2003 to 2004 for United.
Yeah, that's what I'm about.
That is, to be honest, Moorey, if we were having a most obscure Blade shout, that is right up there. Well said. Well said. Will do, says Pete. Can't remember what we were saying you should be doing, pal.
Following me, I think.
Oh, following you. Right, yeah. Following Moorey, the top Blade.
I did predict, going back to his question.
Yes, going back to Pete's
I did predict us to be 4th and 2nd.
Do you think United will go up next season, and who do you want to sign? That was the question.
Right.
So first things first, do you think we'll go up?
I did well all this before this like rumours about Chris Wilder and all this like stories. But I'm not sure now. and who I'd like to sign? Like, is it a player for the Championship or if we go up?
Who do you want to sign for next season, Musa?
Jimmy Dunn.
Yeah, safe shout. Safe
Jimmy Dunn.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we need to sort that defence out, and I think he's a sensible signing. Ben says no matter what happens to Wilder or the future of the Blades, it will be worse. It could be worse. We could have Higdon and Salmon up front, and Adkins as our manager. Well said. Jean-Lee Francois. No. Oh, it's well saved by
Jean-Lee Francois.
Sanchez. Jean-Louis Francois and Simon Walton for Random Blades, ex-Blades players. Yeah, I remember those, Ben. I remember those. For the Championship season, Pete meant who would you sign? He said Jimmy Dunn. Jimmy Dunn would be our choice of signing. Or
Chris Mepham or Shelbourne Hegem.
Hegem. You're a huge fan of Hegem, aren't you? You've been banging that drum for a little while. I think he was against
West Ham, not West Ham,
West
West
Brom.
Brom. When I saw him, it's a bit like not as good as yesterday, but similar.
Yeah. He's a good player. And he's left hand. Is he left sided? We had this conversation before, didn't we? I think I can't remember whether he's left sided or not. Let me see. Hegem, he's at West Brom, isn't he?
Yeah.
I know he's the centre half, and he is drumroll left-footed. Oh yeah, get him in. Get him in. Do you think the new owner will give a new man money to spend? I hope so. Matt, they have to. They have to. This is a hugely risky strategy. You are giving up a man who guarantees you a playoff minimum. This is what me and Man Mountain were talking about last night. With Chris Wilder, you know you're going to get playoffs as a minimum expectation. So it can only be an image thing or a philosophy thing rather than a results thing. And I think it's a huge risk, and you're going to have to back the new man with money to ensure that you get that automatic push. Really, if we're being right. Have you seen the Watford midfielder, Russian sounding name, top player?
Yeah.
Name?
Chetvertadze.
Yeah.
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 He's scared me of Bramall.
Yeah, good player. I like Lauser. Is it Imran Lauser? I like Lauser at
Loser.
Loser and Souza would be good in the middle.
Imagine them two. Imagine Vinny Souza and Loser in midfield.
I know.
Souza, loser.
Come on, little loser. Join us in the boozer. Nige says they'll have after Matthew, as it would be pointless sacking Wilder, in my view. Yes, Moorey, all aboard the Hegem train, says Ben.
Come on.
Oh, they wanted a penalty then, did LA, but it's not happening. Joe says 3 must-have signings for me. Jimmy Dunn, Kessler Hayden, yes, if not getting in at Villa. And I have to agree with Moorey in the Hegem shout. Hegem's a great shout. Here come Chelsea again. Neto, great shot, and it's a very good save by Hugo Lloris. Going to be a corner to Chelsea. We're now entering the 3rd minute of 3 minutes added time. Ben says, yeah, left-sided centre-back can play left-back as well. Tall and physical. In fact, they've just blown the whistle. That's full time.
Is it?
Tall and physical as well been my shout for a while as well, Moorey. That's the one. David says, well done, Jimmy and Liam. Liam, there you go. It's already coming out.
Yes.
Great watch along. Yes, for Hegem. Would you try and sign Dan James? Don't think he'll hack it in the Prem. He'd have to be available, pal, and I think he'd be very expensive. But certainly wouldn't be saying no to Dan James after the season he had for Leeds.
And that's me. Oh. Sorry, I've just seen that shot with Pedro Neto.
So,
yeah.
Any thoughts on the game, Moorey, that we concentrated on so much? This always happens on the watch-alongs.
I think he's been like a tight 2-0.
Yeah, I do. It's I think 2-0 is probably a fair reflection at game, if I'm honest. I think Chelsea have been the better side, but LA put up a good fight and could have nicked one era there, but 2-0 is probably a fair reflection on how game played out. So it's been good, mate. I've enjoyed it. But as always with these, I've enjoyed the chats more than I have the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on, mate. What were you going to say?
Well, do you think Hegem's a realistic signing for us? Or do you think he might be a bit?
No, he's not. He's not out of reach in Hegem. He's playing for West Brom, and that's no slight on West Brom. We're not a much bigger club than West Brom. I'd say we are a bigger club than West Brom, but not by loads. We're not it's not like a Prem club's come calling for him and they can't say no. It'll cost us some money, but I think he would be a really good signing. I think he would solve a problem for us. And that's what we're on about doing. We've got Michael Cooper, who solves a problem for us for years. We've got Harrison Burrows, who potentially solves a problem for us for years. Hegem might be that addition. How old is he? Let's have a little look. He is
26. 25. Oh, 26.
He's 26. Yeah.
I'd love to sign him and all, but I don't think he's realistic. Tom Fellows.
Oh, yeah. I think that would have been a Prem shout, to be honest.
Yeah.
Would have gone up, he would have hopefully been in the conversation. But Yes,
Oh.
we'll see, mate. We'll see. Let's have a look what they're saying just before we get off. Matthew says, my mate just messaged me saying it's definitely O'Neill. He's 90% right most of the time. Okay, got to go, lads, says Pete. Great stream. Speak soon. Thank you, Pete. Thanks for joining us, pal.
Pete.
Ben says, cheers, lads. Up the blades. Up all the rambles. Like and subscribe. Up the Hegham train. Nice.
Come
Up the
on.
blades, up the rambles, says Benjamin.
Benjamin Baboon.
Yeah.
He always comes on my live
He
streams.
comes on your lives, doesn't he? Yeah, I've seen him there. 10 p.m. says Scott. It's 10 p.m. now as he posts that. So we shall see what happens.
Great.
If Alt breaks, we'll be live on the Ramble, on the Blades Ramble.
Yeah.
But anything you want to say, Moorey, before we wrap up, pal?
No, just thanks for having us. And obviously, for those who's not followed me already, follow me on TikTok, Moorey Cop Blade, and YouTube.
Get that plug in, lad. Get that plug in there.
Yeah, sorry if I can't.
No, of course you can. Of course you can. I've mentioned it enough, me saying. No, mate, there's room for... You're on a different platform, for one. I'm on TikTok, but obviously predominantly we're on YouTube. But there's room for everybody. And I don't, people say it and definitely don't mean it. But there genuinely is room for everybody.
And I'm happy to work for you, like, alongside you if you want.
Work absolutely with. So yeah, I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to you doing some Ramblant Road stuff for us next year. We talked about maybe chatting to some fans outside the ground as well, didn't we? As part of the evolution of some of the stuff we're trying.
I just want to...
You dropped out then, mate. Go on.
I just want to also say I'm doing a event next Thursday down at Bramall Lane.
All right, okay.
8:30 with, is it Claire Heap from We Are True Blades?
Chat, didn't you? You mentioned it in chat. So is that's on the Thursday the 26th? What did you set time? What? 8:30?
8:30 morning, yeah.
Okay. I'm actually at Bramall Lane on the 27th, ironically. So what is the event?
Yeah.
Are you advertising for people to come, or what's the situation?
I think she's doing something for, like disability fans and stuff like that.
All right, okay.
I'm not... Something goes along like that.
I tell you what, mate. If we're not entirely sure of what it is at minute, you try and get some info to me, and we're streaming all week, so I can mention it as and when if people are interested. But we'll circulate it in groups and stuff like that if we get a bit more info.
I'll have a quick word with you as well.
Say again, mate.
I'll have a quick word with you as well, like
absolutely.
To see what it's more about.
If it's all that's going to help Unitedites and sort of progresses and move things along and make things easier for people, then we're all for it. So, mate, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
No, it's been really good, and it's the first time we've spent as much time on stream together, and it's just been good, mate. I've enjoyed it. So,
same to you, and hopefully
that's not
hopefully
changed.
We can meet.
Yeah, absolutely. You keep avoiding me, don't you? At Triple Point, you dip in and then you run off before I get there, but it's all right. No, mate, thanks a lot, and thank you to everybody for watching. There's over 1,000 people here. If you do enjoy the content that we're providing, if you could, as well as following Moorey over on TikTok at Moorey the Cop Blade, if you could drop us a subscribe. Yeah, thank you, mate. If you could drop us a subscribe and like the video, it would very much be appreciated. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards.
Up your blades!